fable. Cornerstone of the corner.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. All right, we here. We gotta restart. We gotta run it back. Glad we got the kinks out early.
Pause. Looking like the shit, yeah. On my dick. I stay out the mix, come to make it quick. This that straight drop, not that water whip. It's like I'm in the circus. All these.
All right, so let me cue up the song real quick. But before I cue this up, this is one of the hottest, if not the hottest, new project out. This is Rick Rude, Cap the Dawn. Now, with that, again, Rick Rude, Cap the Dawn. One of the hottest records out right now. Go stream it. Go buy it. YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music, Google Play Store, wherever it is that you get your music. It's going to be on Spotify. Even Hot 97 soon enough. It'll be playing on there. Rick Rude, Cap the Dawn, 40 Block, what's up? 40 Music, what's up? Let's start this Thursday off the right way. Rick Rude, Cap the Dawn, $1 short, down right now. Let's go. Let's go. It's Thursday. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go.
When I was down, nobody ever really noticed it. Hopping out of cars all fly, it's called ownership. I just really rap cause I'm really just trying to own the strip. The weed money cool, how you gonna build if you don't own the brick? My man try to step in my shoes, he backdoor me quick. Spinning his block size 9, I know I owe him kick. Controlling the block while you hot, that got Calvin hit. Paid the fool, my ace put me on, now I'm finally rich. I do the Fifth Ave, I used to do for them. Play the trap all day, my man complaining about boredom. When he get money, he be reaching for the stardom. I don't feel these niggas, they be moving like Harden. All they wanna do is score, somebody guard them. Just remember, everybody can't play in the garden. I really heard the odds was against us, beg your pardon. You could pick correct score, double down on win margins. Yeah, not a sound. I heard y'all niggas really looking up the clowns. The ones who bust the rollie down and stepping on the work. How you gonna learn from bringing values down?
40 on my hip, 30 for my brick. 100 on my whip, Louis on my bitch.
Yeah.
Who gon' hold me down? Who gon' hold me down?
What?
I know who really down and who just around.
Get him.
Virgil on my kicks, Fendi on my bitch. Switchy on my stick, really I'm the shit. Who gon' hold me down? Who gon' hold me down?
Yeah.
I know who just around and who really down. Look, 40 ain't no gang, it's the label. Niggas be wide up, they don't even got cable. Niggas fried up, your dog's talking like a fable. Cornerstone of the corner, nigga, I'm the staple. Your mama just wanna know if your condition is stable. FN take off half your bed, a few grazed you. I could take off half the year and still flame you. I don't take pics with niggas, that's how they frame you. Virgil on my brick, hopping out the 6. Looking like the shit, your bitch on my dick. I stay out the mix, come through, make it quick. This that straight drop, not that water whip. It's like I'm in the circus, all these niggas is clowns. They just wanna ride your wave, hold you down till you drown. Get your name hashtag, cause I stay with my pound. Watch you win the game, cause niggas be wired for sound, nigga. 40 on my hip, 30 for my brick. 100 on my whip, Louis on my bitch. Who gon' hold me down? Who gon' hold me down? I know who really down and who just around. Virgil on my kicks, Fendi on my bitch.
Yeah.
Switchy on my stick, really I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Who gon' hold me down? Who gon' hold me down?
What?
I know who just around and who really down.
40 Music, what's up? Rick Rude, what's up? Cap the Dawn, what's up? Go stream $1 short.
Money, and I don't appreciate you sending your
What's your favorite shit on that?
So far it's this one.
That one?
So far.
I like Don't Know Me.
Okay. I get you with that.
Besides Black and Losses.
Black is my favorite one.
That's gonna be, and Losses, that's my shit too. I like Don't Know Me.
Cap went crazy on Black.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That opening 4 bars.
He left no room
crazy.
for error. He left no room for error on that one.
Why he do?
Yeah, he went crazy.
It's good, yeah. It's Thursday, Kev.
What's up?
We haven't been here in like 2 weeks.
It's not true.
Yeah, because we haven't been here in like 2 weeks. Last week we didn't do nothing.
It's been a week.
This is the second week. How you been, nigga?
I've been good, man.
The fuck?
I've been good, man. I've been good, man. I had a weird fucking experience at work, man.
What happened?
I don't know if I should like fully elaborate what the fuck
In
happened.
GTA.
I don't know if I should like fully elaborate what the fuck happened, but
It didn't happen. We're talking about GTA.
Yeah, we're talking about fake. This is fake.
Yeah, this is GTA. So in GTA, basically in GTA we had I can't even do that. I gotta say what happened. Anyway, so
Go ahead.
Your
So
funeral.
It's your funeral. Just
I'll help a brother out.
yeah, I mean, but like I cut to the chase, man. So at my job, we had these Amazon people. You know, it's the Black Friday, Cyber Monday shit that's going on.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
You're
it's
probably
like a
getting
good shit.
1,000 packages.
Yeah, doing a bunch of shit at work and all
Pause.
that. Yeah, pause.
1,000 packages.
So basically, it was it was fucking cold on Tuesday. It's freezing.
Nigga.
Hey, hold on, yo, stop, man.
He said I'm gonna get to the point.
No, hold on, because
And he said he's talking about Tuesday.
I'm getting thrown off. So on Tuesday, it was freezing, and you know the people were fucking cold or whatever. So this person knocked on the front door of the building, knocks on the door, and had a tote in her hand. So I'm like, all right, you know, it's cold. I'm not gonna have to go to the back of the building. So I'm like, you know, just bring the tote in, whatever. So she takes the tote, holds the door open, a lobby, right? And now the lobby's freezing cold because he keeps the door open. So I walk up to the door, like a minute later, I walk up to the door and I push the tote out because I'm not taking those things into the building. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's basically technically like stealing packages because you haven't logged those things in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not in my custody or anything. So I'm like, all right, bam, pushed it out. So she comes in with the dolly, has like 7 different totes there. I'm like, oh, she's not coming through the building with this dolly. I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. So you have to go to the back of the building. She started yelling at me, right? Going crazy. So I'm like, oh, you're trying to do this to me. You know, it's because I'm black and whatever. I was like, yo, this woman's crazy. There's people in the building that see this shit, right? So mind you, she's beautiful, right? Beautiful body, right? It was the weirdest shit ever. So my man Terrence is like, yo, her body's crazy.
You just said his name?
Yeah, I'm fucking. So my man Terrence is like, yo,
Taking the green. Come on.
body's crazy. So whatever, right? I'm from a distance. I don't have my contacts on, I don't have glasses. I just see blur, right?
Mhm.
But I see a beautiful body, right? So I woke up, right? The craziest shit ever. This woman had a beard. Like she had like a like growth hormone beard, like little chin hair. So I'm like, so women or a man, right? So it's the weirdest shit ever.
I'm just listening.
Yo, it's the weirdest shit ever. So,
listening.
but she had a woman's voice, right? A woman's voice, everything. So come to find out, it is a woman, right? But it's just a trans man. So she's trying to be a man. You're not laughing now? Yo, you're not laughing now? Yo, this shit was crazy. So I'm like, yo, nah, bro, like this is no go.
So he had a nice body?
Nah, it's not a he.
He's becoming a man.
Just because you want to identify as a man doesn't mean that you're a man.
Oh, you took it there.
Oh,
They
man. So
they
what
gonna
happened?
Find you, boy.
Nah.
Where you work at?
Yo, so that shit was crazy, man. I'm like, yo, nah, this is like this is some bullshit. All right, it's just some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the weirdest shit ever, bro. I'm like, yo, nah, bro. Like my man Terrence looking at it like, yo, that's a woman. And I some older dude that he hangs out in the lobby too. He goes like, yo, that's a complete woman. Like she's taking some type of hormone pills or something, right? Because that's like there's no way possible. Dressed as a woman, looks like a complete woman, A complete woman. Breast, body, everything. Like all woman.
So from the neck down.
But the thing is that she has female features in her face. It's female features. Just that little chin hair shit.
She must have a phenomenal doctor. No, we gotta start having an award show.
Shut the fuck.
We gotta start having an award show for these doctors, man, because we got some really profound doctors, and then we have some really bad doctors that we need to start canceling. You're talking about canceling people. These bad doctors that they be having in these other countries, and even the bad doctors that they have here in America,
oh my God,
that be doing these women dirty. The ones who get it right, I feel like, hey.
But no, but that's a complete. But that's.
But what if it was a man, right?
But it's not.
And then no, he transitioned to a female. Could be.
No, it's not that.
The hair had to go away.
No, but that's not that. You can tell, like legit, you can tell that this is a complete woman. She's a complete woman. You can tell, 100%. But it's just, it looks like she's in the beginning stages of
becoming a man.
Becoming a man.
All right. What up, Chris? Jins, what up? That's crazy.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher.
I already told you about my story. So I ain't gonna say it again.
What was your story?
At the bar when
Oh yeah, see, but no, but that your situation was completely different.
Yeah.
No, but this is a legit woman. So it was like the weirdest shit. And then had the nerve because she was pissed off that I told her she had to go to the back of the building. So she was pissed off at me behind that shit. Started arguing with me about it. And then had the nerve to call me the FAG word. Had the nerve. I'm looking like, yo, see, I'm on the clock. There's certain things I just can't say, right? And I would love to say because how you just yelling at me for some bullshit. I'm like, and everybody, when she said that, everybody laughed. It's just because it's like,
I wish we was there. You
Is
could have
this,
recorded that
um,
shit.
yeah,
Is this the America you're proud of?
no,
No? This is the America you vote for?
no, huh?
Is this the America you vote for?
Nah.
I'm just asking,
No,
man.
I didn't.
Just
I didn't
asking.
vote for this shit.
Jazz said some women have higher testosterone levels, which makes them develop facial hair.
Bro, men have no idea what this means.
Unless she's legit transitioning. I mean, we don't know.
Oh.
Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Gina.
Yes, absolutely.
That was
Blunt Wisdom Podcast, man. They'll
that
be
was
here
the
soon.
weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's like hard to tell nowadays, right? Because they doing so good. Like you was looking at his body.
It's not a him. It's not a him.
In your world.
No, and in gender studies, that's a woman.
But
Who wrote those books?
Jesus.
Is Jesus real?
Tell me.
What you said?
Is Jesus real? Or was he real?
Didn't we just have this conversation?
Yeah, we
About
called
it
the pastor.
No, didn't we have this conversation that the Bible is like what? This is last week. On Monday, we just had this conversation.
Probably.
Right?
But the Bible what?
Yeah. Ben, what was it? You said it's fiction, right?
Yeah, it was
we just spoke about that.
yes, the manual
did you try to
said
debate
that.
it?
No, I asked the question. I was like, okay. And I said,
So
what
you
did I
try,
say?
so you,
The manual says something about how the New Testament
Yeah, it
and the
was-
Old Testament, one of them is more fiction
Fiction.
and one is nonfiction,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is which.
the Old Testament is nonfiction. The New Testament is fiction.
I think he had it the other way around.
But the New Testament is like it's remastered for the modern days right now, like modern days now. So that's what it is.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't remember
That's
why.
what-
I don't remember why why was brought up or whatever like that. We was talking about something, but
That's what the Old Testament is basically saying that it's more about it's more focused on past tense, like basically of what like
happened.
Huh?
What happened?
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's cool. What about you though, man? Everything good?
still talk about the same shit though.
Huh?
They still talk about the same shit.
Have you ever read the Bible full?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
You know that has fiberglass in it, right?
Huh?
That stuff you're putting on your face has fiberglass.
Really? Listen.
It has fiberglass?
Fiberglass.
What do you mean?
There's fiberglass is an ingredient in bliss Stux.
I never used that shit.
Why?
Why? Because God gave me luscious lips. Like I said, you don't need bliss stacks. I never get my shits and never crusty. Just lick my shits. Like LL Cool J.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm just saying, I never need to buy one. I probably bought like none. Whole life.
Go stream $1 Short
Mhm.
by Rick Rude and Cap the Dawn. How was everybody this week? Anybody do anything eventful? Are you in the Christmas spirit?
I am in the Christmas spirit. First day of December.
Nice.
Yeah.
24 days.
24 days to Christmas.
That's crazy. This year went by super fast.
It's not even that cold.
Nah, it's cold.
No, it's cold. I'm not saying, but it's not
Nah, it's cold.
For December, it's not that cold.
It's gonna get worse.
I mean, if you're comparing it to like 2003.
Nah, last year was
96.
freezing though. Last year was freezing. At this time, we was freezing.
Last year.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah. Christmas is coming. This shit feels like super fast. A lot of stuff went through. We went through a lot of shit, but not for nothing. I think that we was talking about before coming on. I think that this last quarter of this year has been the big blessings to us and our movement and everything like that. So I really appreciate Christmas coming up because it's like the ending of the rest of this year for us, and next year is about to blow. Like, shout out to Jazz, shout out to Gina, shout out to Barber Inc., shout out to G, shout out to mad shit that we got coming ahead, man. And this last couple of months has been like blessings for us.
Yeah. Shout out to Ed too, man.
Yeah.
One of the guys who's one of the pioneers for this stuff. Definitely has been doing a lot for us and the culture. So I definitely want to give that man his flowers. But in honor of Christmas spirit, I wanted to play this song. This got me into the spirit.
I printed the lyrics of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
I know the lyrics. And if you ever saw him,
Let's
you
go.
would even say it close. Come on.
Yeah.
All of the other reindeer
Let's go.
used to laugh and call him names.
What?
They never let poor
Let's
Rudolph
go.
join in any reindeer game.
Switch the beat now.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Let's
"Come
go.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you ride my sleigh tonight?"
Hey.
And all the reindeers loved
Let's
him.
go.
And they shouted out weekly,
24 days
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
till
Reindeer.
Christmas.
You go down in history forever.
Woo.
You go down in history forever.
Hey.
You go down in history. What?
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Shout out to the X, man.
Kind of talking
What kind of bark
was
was
that?
that? That sounded
like a chihuahua.
So, is the Chihuahua not a dog?
Nah, did I tell you the time that me and Zay
That's
got
like a
chased
pit
by
bull.
3 chihuahuas?
No.
Them shits were fast, bro. We had to jump on the fucking scaffold to get away from the chihuahuas.
Yeah, Chihuahuas got heart. I don't know what y'all talking about.
We was walking right by them, niggas just started chasing us.
Yeah, a Chihuahua will
And
fight
I
a
was
lion.
slow. I'm still slow. He almost caught me. I had to jump on the fucking scaffold for them to start to bite me.
A Chihuahua will fight a lion. I'm telling you
That's a
that
fact.
right now. So I don't know. Y'all trying to disrespect Chihuahuas.
Christmas, man. Do you guys do anything special for Christmas? I know it's too early for us to talk about this, but
Special? Nah, not out of the ordinary. I do want to start doing like special things though. I want to really start. I want to do what they used to do in the Fresh Prince for Christmas, like when they would that episode when they went to like the ski lodge and stayed out there, got like a nice house or something. There was something like that. They got either they stood at the ski lodge or they stood in the house, like where it was a lot of snow, and like I want to have one of those.
what, like with friends or like with family?
No, with family. Like we all get a nice house. We get a house. We go out up there and spend the holidays and Christmas and bring it in together as like one big group. That's something that I want to do.
That'd be cool. Is there like a like you know how there's like Thanksgiving Friendsmas? Friendsgiving? Is there like a
No, that's
Friendsmas?
too expensive.
Friendsmas?
Yeah, that's too expensive.
It's too expensive?
That's too expensive.
If
Absolutely
you're just
not.
buying Secret Santa's not expensive. We put a limit
Says
on it.
who? When the last time you went grocery shopping?
Yesterday.
You spent over $100?
200.
You see? You ain't even get that much stuff, did you?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I go to Dollar Tree now.
Exactly.
You go fruit shopping at Dollar Tree?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That should be mad old though sometimes.
Nah, none of the shit is old. You know what it is? It's like a TJ Maxx for food. Literally, if it's labeled wrong, they put it in Dollar Tree. Dead serious.
If it's labeled wrong, they'll put it
What do you
in.
mean?
But it's like, let's say if they misspelled something on the box or something,
So
or if you get like pizza bites and shit is miscounted, it says 20 in the box and they put 22 in there. That's what they're doing.
So basically, Dollar Tree is like a thrift shop.
Yeah.
Nah, I would never go food shopping at Dollar Tree.
I just fucking did that shit today. I spent $40, man.
There you go.
And fucking my freezer's full.
It'll get you through.
Hey, I mean,
Oh, and I'm Michael Jordan. I'm back. I'm back in the gym. I'm back on the court. Anybody want to smoke? I'm here. I'm outside. I'm back now. I'm back. Anybody want to get up? 5 a.m. Let's go run. I'm with it. Suicides. I'm with it. Running around against teenagers. I'm with it. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Just wanted to say that. Back like 4 or 5 Jordan. I'm back.
I'm trying to come back.
I'm back.
I
back.
took a couple of shots today. It felt good.
I'm back. I started taking my wheatgrass again. So now I take my wheatgrass once a day. Got my little shake. Got more energy now.
Shake.
I get a peanut butter blast. Pause. That sounds crazy.
What's in the peanut butter blast? Pause.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter, almond, oats, cinnamon.
Got me on the cinnamon.
They can put a little bit of protein. I kind of sometimes it depends on how I feel. Like if I know I'm not gonna eat later, I'll get protein.
What kind of protein you get?
Whatever kind they got in Juice Right. Shout out to Juice Right too. That's my guy. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Juice Right.
We supposed to
He
go
mentioned
over
you
there.
too. He mentioned you.
Who?
Mike.
Mentioned who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, because one day I went in there and he has the TV, and I left the pod on, and when I left back to work, I forgot to turn it off, so I left it on. So I guess when I was back at school, somebody else came in and they said, "Oh, I know that guy." He's like, and Mike was like, "How you know him?" I know like the other guy who was just in here. He's like, "Nah, like that's my man." And Mike told me, and it definitely.
Matter of fact, we gotta go see Mike because we got some business to do with Mike. We definitely gotta go do some business with Mike. Maybe we do that shit this weekend. Cause matter of fact, our special guest is here. We gotta bring her in.
Hey, it is time. Let's go.
We gotta bring her in.
Let's go. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Introduce her.
All right, so we're gonna do this 2 ways. First, I'm gonna read the amazing bio, so that way we get everything out, and then I'm gonna give you the 40 Central introduction that you deserve.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so here we have Jessica Logan is an actress, writer, and soon-to-be filmmaker. She's currently developing her own app that's supposed to revolutionize the entertainment industry and has recently finished a 95-page script about a forgotten civil rights activist. From an early age, Jessica had a gift for the arts and received her first lead role at only 7 years old as Daniel in a play called It's Cool in the Furnace, a musical about Daniel. Jessica had roles created specifically for her in high school and starred as Emily Webb in Our Town, the famous 1938 Pulitzer Prize winner for drama. Recently, she has appeared in various music videos, independent films, reality TV. The list goes on. Studying under Tasha Smith, Ivana Chubbuck, Kevin D. Benton, Tom Hanks, Samuel Jackson, and many others has infused Jessica with much needed skills to be successful. In this next chapter of her career, Jessica Logan wants to earn her place as a businesswoman in the world of information technology while staying true to her roots and bringing her recent script to life. She values the power of knowledge, imagination, and is eager to share what she's learned with the world. Woo! Let's give her a round of applause for that.
Thank you.
You don't have the press the button.
Oh, I was gonna wait for the real intro.
Oh, go ahead. Nah, I gotta give it a real intro.
So that was the bio. That's who she is. Now let's give her the 40 Central introduction.
Let's do it.
This is our first time, like I guess virtual with this virtually meeting, e-meeting or whatever they call it, internet meeting. I don't know what the kids say these days. But just from the few interactions that we've had before this moment, Jessica has been just such a warm and beautiful spirit,
Thank you.
willing to, just whatever we needed to get things going for this show, she was willing to come on. She's expressed her gratitude for being on this platform, just her accolades alone, from being in as an actress, being in the movies, being a writer, being an inspiration. She's definitely somebody who you want to follow and get in contact with and support, because when I say genuine, like genuine, I don't throw that word out a lot. Someone who is genuine, someone who is for our culture, for our people, who is here to give a voice to the voiceless, who is here to tell the stories of people that we've forgotten, someone who is pushing our culture forward, someone who was here for a purpose, someone who is living through her purpose, who is willing to bring others up with her, who is trying to bring everybody out the barrel. None other than Jessica Logan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That is the best introduction. I'm truly grateful. Wow.
He's the introduction man. Like, he needs to have an own introduction. Like, you should show people how to do that.
You really do.
That is a work of art.
Yeah. You need to have a skeleton and sell it. How am I doing?
Yes, how are you doing today? Thank you for coming on.
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm still alive.
There you go.
It's been a very interesting holiday season. I'm so grateful for it.
Shout out to the holidays.
Shout out to the holidays.
Absolutely. So are you from New York? Are you from, I get like a Cali vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's a little bit of everywhere. I've got, my father is from the tri-state area, and then my mother is from Northern California, and I was born in Southern California, but I've lived all over the country, so I have a whole bunch of different experiences and cultures that kind of influence my personality and who I am.
Okay. So you said born in Southern California?
Born in Southern California, yes. I was not supposed to be born in Southern California, but I was. So
does it rain in Southern California?
Just ended up living there. I'm sorry?
Does it rain in Southern California?
No. Well, during the winter time, but that's about it. Maybe for like a week.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, only a week. It's so nice. Like, it never rains. It never rains.
I thought that was just
that was like a metaphor for like we're just never sad or something like that.
Yeah, like.
No, it's true. Like, they have so many droughts in California. We have like water restrictions. You can't use a certain amount of water. People have to, like, they spray paint their grass, or like they have stones instead of grass. It's wild.
You can't take like long showers.
No, you can't. Not in California. In certain areas you can, but like other areas, it's like no.
I'm going up north. I'm going north.
You get fined.
I'm never going to California.
It's a great place to live, though.
No, not if you can't drink water. Whatever, you gotta just. I'm good.
So, before we get started with more questions, I'm James. I don't know if y'all want to introduce yourself.
I'm Justin.
I'm Kevin.
I noticed that's something we never introduce ourselves to the guests.
That's true.
We got to start doing that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we're 40Central. So the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna start with some general questions, allow the people to get to know you a little bit, and then after we get through your story and what you're trying to do and the things that you're here to promote, we'll just have some casual conversation. Is that cool?
Sounds wonderful.
All right. Cool. So Southern California, were you born and raised there, or did you move somewhere else?
I was, okay. See, here's the story. It's kind of wild. My parents, they're pastors, and they're very passionate about the church and their beliefs and these conferences. And they actually took a road trip when my mom was like 9 months pregnant from Fresno, California to Los Angeles for a Kenneth Copeland Ministries conference. And I was almost born in a vehicle. So I was born in actually Riverside, to be more specific. And I always joke around, I'm like, in the same area that Etta James passed away is where I was born. And I always joke around about that and say I'm her reincarnated, but I'm not at all. Don't quote me on that. But no, so I was born in Riverside. My parents obviously went back to where they lived in Fresno. And then my grandmother and my grandfather were like, you guys need to come back to New Jersey. We're going to take care of you, help you raise the baby. And so maybe a week after I was born, my parents traveled cross country from Fresno, California to Pemberton, New Jersey. And that's where I guess my traveling adventures began. And I've never stopped traveling since.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How do you pronounce that city?
Which one? Fresno or Pemberton?
Pemberton?
Pemberton, yes.
I've
Pemberton,
never-
New Jersey. It's in the south part, closer to Philly. No one really knows. It's like the more of a rural area.
So growing up in
Pemberton. B.
Say Jersey.
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 Pemberton.
New Jersey.
South Jersey.
All right,
South Jersey. There you go.
So growing up in South Jersey, how was that experience? Did you feel like detached from California at all, or did you, being that you were so young?
Well, I didn't grow up in southern Jersey. My parents lived there until I was 2. Then we moved to Texas. Then from Texas, we moved to Oklahoma. From Oklahoma, they moved where we live right now, and that's Cincinnati. Well, where they live. I'm just here temporarily. But they live in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, yeah. Well, I don't know if I would say I felt detached. I always felt like I didn't belong. I always felt like there just was something missing. I would get close with people, but then there was just like a little element. I just felt weird and like different. And what I liked, other people were like, they didn't understand. So when I moved back to LA, it was kind of a breath of fresh air. And I was I just looked around and I was like, oh, these are my people. This is why I didn't fit in Cincinnati, because Los Angeles was like my home. So I could say I never really felt detached. I always wondered why I was the way that I was. And I want to say maybe it was because, I was supposed to live in California. I was supposed to live in Los Angeles. I don't believe that anything happens just randomly. I believe that there's a reason for everything.
So just piggybacking off of it being a reason for everything, how do you feel like traveling so much throughout your life at an early age impacted you in general?
Well, for one, I didn't quite understand the value of relationships, because I was always moving from school to school and I was homeschooled. So I would say I don't want to say I didn't value it. I more so didn't understand the dynamics of certain relationships. So it was very easy for me to get close to someone and then just kind of like stop talking to them altogether, while the person on the other end was like, what's going on here? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm moving again. So it was just kind of like you would get like close to a person, but it was never fully an overwhelming attachment until we started setting up our roots in Cincinnati, and I was able to kind of make some friends that I've kept over 20 some years, some of them.
So if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you like got to Cincinnati?
I got to Cincinnati when I was 7 years old.
Okay. So you did pretty much elementary through high school?
Elementary through high school, yes. Like we were still traveling. Cincinnati was like the home base, but we were still traveling from state to state every now and then, because my father is a pastor. And so he was like preaching at different churches, and he was also getting educated. And I think Rhema Bible School is a big church that my parents went to. They got educated there. So we had Cincinnati was the home base, but I feel like sometimes I like to say the states of the United States of America raised me. Like my hometown is America.
With so being that you traveled so much and that impacted relationships, how did homeschooling impact relationships for you?
Homeschooling, okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna get real. I
Mhm.
was so awkward. And sometimes I feel like I'm still really awkward because during, the essential stages of development and social interactions, I really wasn't getting that because I was being homeschooled. I was at home with my parents learning their curriculum, or I was at their church with like adults. So I wasn't really around children my own age. Um, and when I was homeschooled up until the 8th grade, so when they threw me into high school, um, I was kind of a culture shock to be around other kids my age, and I didn't really know what to say and how to act. And so a lot of times I just became really quiet and I sat in the back and didn't really interact with anybody. So it was a different upbringing, different type of upbringing.
So how did that experience help you find your uniqueness? Because you had to spend it sounds like you spent a lot of time with yourself.
Yeah.
Because of being homeschooled, and then being such like more like introverted when you got to school, because you
Yeah.
didn't really you didn't know how to make friends for the most part. So
Mhm.
how was that experience, spending so much time with yourself?
I'm grateful for it because I had to learn how to entertain myself, and I had to really like learn how to like myself because I couldn't rely off of, oh, okay, well, I said this thing. Well, I didn't rely off of, oh, I said a particular sentence or I said something to this person and they liked it. So I'm going to keep saying it and this is going to be my identity. My identity I found within myself where I would I would get really creative with my stuffed animals and I would like pretend like they're my audience, or with my brother and sister, I would make them sing musical rounds with me and we would like write our own songs and do these little plays, and we just really had the opportunity because of our upbringing to really strengthen our imagination muscles. And so the way that I am is it's a little different. It can be a little eccentric. It's not so much um, basic, or it doesn't fit in a mold, I would say, because of because I was with myself so much up
Mhm.
until the 8th grade, and I didn't know how to express that whenever I first entered high school. But I think as you do need to interact with people in order to thrive in this life. And so once I was able to go to high school and kind of maneuver and find out who I was, it really helped me blossom into someone that I can say I'm proud to be today.
Mm.
So at what age did you like start being like really creative?
I started being really creative when I was 7 years old. I started writing songs for my dad's church, and I would bring them up to my mom and be like, "Mom, mom, mom, listen!" And I'd have them sit down, and sometimes they would just get a song, and sometimes they would get a song and a perform like a whole performance with stuffed animals, backup dancers, or sometimes I'd force my brother and sister to be my backup dancers. Sometimes I would just my parents had a camcorder and I would want them to record me and I would do all these little different things. We have pictures. I would try to model, and so I would set up like modeling backgrounds with like my dad had this horrible cheetah print like leopard blanket, and I remember draping it over like the stairs and then putting on like the most hideous outfit you can think of, and it's like standing and trying to get my sister to get just the right angle. And yeah, that was interesting. And then that kind of carried on over into whenever I got my first little role. My first role in acting was as a man. I was a guy.
Excuse me.
And yeah, my first role, I was 7 years old. And I was auditioning in this church play up against this kid who was 10, and he had been taking all these acting classes. And I got up and they gave me the role over this kid who was 10 years old. And that's when I think my parents were kind of like, oh, okay, Jessica's into the arts and we should probably put her in some classes and kind of see where this creativity can take her. And I'm very grateful that they kind of helped mold me in that way.
When you started junior high, was it, you said 8th grade
Yeah.
when you started going into the building?
Mhm.
So did you feel the need to suppress who you thought you were on the inside when you started
Oh, yeah.
meeting other people?
Yeah.
And how did you
Well,
break that barrier?
um, when I went to high school, I started kind of at the back end of the 8th grade, and I wasn't I wasn't accepted right away because it was a predominantly white school. And now my experience with other kids and with other people was always very diverse because we didn't just live in Cincinnati our entire lives. We lived in like California. We had family in California. We had family in Oklahoma, Texas, New Jersey. We had family in Philadelphia, New York City, and I come from a family where my dad is black and my mom is white. So when I went to this predominantly white school, everyone looked at me and they expected me to kind of carry myself in a stereotypical way. Now, I was very well read. I wasn't allowed to do much as a kid, so I was always reading books. And so when I went to school, I just talked the way that I would read in the books. And so everyone thought I was supposed to have like a slang or be ghetto and like, dress a certain way. And I didn't fit that mold. And so then they're just kind of like, okay, well, you're black, but you're not black enough. And then there was the whole, you're not white or you don't wash your hair every day. And like, it was weird. It was very conflicting. So I stopped telling people I stopped interacting overall. I would say I stopped interacting with people because I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to do it in a way that would be accepted by, my new friends or supposedly friends. So I really became very shy and very I'm kind of grateful for that too because I did become very shy, so I spent more time with my studies and extracurricular activities than I did, trying to fit in with the cool kids or I played basketball and I stunk at it. I thought I was supposed to because I was half black. I thought I was supposed to play basketball. No, I set the bench for 4 years and I was like, my mom was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm supposed to." No, I was supposed to be up on stage acting, and I had to suppress that part of myself for 4 years. I did not do anything that creative. I was in a couple of plays, but looking back on it now, I really wish I had just quit basketball and been all into acting 1000% because I got some amazing roles in high school that I didn't really that I could have furthered, but I didn't really. It was like this really great role, and then it was like done because basketball season came up. And I really wish that I had expressed myself, or just been a little bit more confident in myself. But I guess that's what you do when you're growing and you're a teenager.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, speaking of the roles in high school, right? As we said, that they wrote them for you, right?
Yeah.
What roles were those? How did you
So
get that?
there was this particular role in this play. Well, not Emily. Emily, that role wasn't written for me. But there was this one role where I was an understudy. And the director, I'll never forget, whenever I first stood up to audition, I sucked because I was so scared and like everyone kind of looked at me crazy. And then when I went up the second time, I did a lot better because I warmed up. And he looked at me, he's like, "I've worked in Broadway and you're doing such a great job." And he was like, "But I'm gonna make you an understudy." And he said, "If you stay with this understudy position, I'm gonna write a role for you on this play." And the girl that I was the understudy for did not like that. And she was so mean to me. It was so funny. It was an actual catty, my first experience with the catty actress, which I haven't really experienced a whole lot of them, but I'll never forget that. And so I stuck with it and I would fill in for her whenever she wasn't there. And so he wrote this role for me where he like wrote a role and I forget exactly what it like. I had to put my hair up in this like beret sort of a thing, and I had a lot of like curly hair. So like the whole issue throughout the entire play was the curly hair being stuffed up into the beret. But I can't remember the exact name of that play because it was the first time I entered into anything, and it wasn't as big of a deal to me as getting the role of Emily in Our Town. That one was more like, whoa, I can't believe I did this. But whenever he wrote that, he literally wrote a role for me in the play, and I got up and I did my little thing, and my parents were like, "Yeah, you should be acting and you should quit basketball. But I was like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter.
And I think that that's super profound to say, because I work in a high school
Mhm.
and I literally see every day kids suppress who they truly are on the inside for the sake of either fulfilling what everybody tells them they should be doing, whether it be
Yeah.
because especially with our school, because it's a basketball school.
Yeah.
A lot of them think that their purpose is to play basketball, and they suppress their true selves to fit in that role. So I think, I just want to thank you for saying that and sharing that,
Yeah.
because, like, follow what you're passionate about.
Mhm.
You don't have to do the things that society is telling you have to do. And with that being said, so my question is, when did you get that sense or feel that sense of freedom when you were in your art?
When I moved to Los Angeles. I moved to Los Angeles and I was talking to people who were creatives, and it wasn't like this weird far out thing where it's like, oh, you want to act in a movie? It was actually encouraged for the first time. People were wanting to put me in things, and I was like, what? Okay, cool. And I'll never forget the first short film that I did with one of my friends. Her name is Kendra Kennedy, and her company is called Kenna Media. And I remember we were just having fun. Like, we were just letting our creative juices just flow. And I'll never forget, I could truly be myself. She put the camera in my face, and I didn't care about how I looked. I was like, I was cared about expressing this emotion, these feelings that I had. And it was, it was amazing. It was amazing. And then there were certain roles that were kind of scary at the same time, because if you got too deep into the role, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, if I get too deep into this depression, like, will I be able to get out? And I actually felt like I was myself. Like, I was acting as another character and felt like myself. And then when we got the film back, and I was just having fun. Like, I wasn't expecting anything. There was no goal. If she said, hey, we want you to shoot like this, I was like, okay, cool. And just did it for fun. But when we got it all put together, and then we entered it into my road reel, which is the largest short film festival in the entire world. We won best female director, and we won best female director, best film. We were nominated for best actresses, and I looked at my friend. I was like, we were just playing. Like, I was just being myself. Like, I just felt free for the first time, and I just let myself go. And that's when I was like, let's try to monetize this, because it would be kind of cool if I could do something that was just truly an expression of myself, and other people saw themselves through me and they liked it enough to be like, hey, we're going to pay you to keep doing this, because we want to see you we want to see you on film. We want to see you on our TVs. And that's where it was like, oh, I can be me. And so I was me, and it felt so good. It was the beginning of just pure ecstasy.
Well, first,
Let's give you- can I give a
we
round
do
of
have.
applause?
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. We got to give you your flowers and your round of applause. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And you said this was in LA.
This was in Los Angeles. When I first moved to LA, I really felt like myself. Like, I just felt like I could be me. Yeah, it was home. That's where I was born.
So how was it in terms of your old friends, or the friends that you had like before Cali? Were they accepting of you really stepping into this acting? Or did they have like a different version of you back home, or back in Cincinnati? I'm sorry.
Well,
in Cincinnati, they thought she was a ball player. She was outside playing.
Yeah, that's why I
asked. See, this is the thing. With basketball, I was good at like street ball, but I was not good at like organized, remembering plays. And there is just a different, with a predominantly white school, there's a different way that they played basketball versus the street ball that I was accustomed to. And like, my dad taught me how to shoot a basketball with a men's basketball. So like, I had to learn how to use a girl's basketball. It was just like a whole big thing. It was like just weird. And when you're a teenager, you're all awkward. But my friends, so I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I maybe had like one or two friends, but they were kind of used to me doing my own thing. So it was just kind of like, oh, what's Jessica doing now? Sort of a thing. I was heavy into sales, like as far as my career is concerned. I was playing basketball, but then to make money, I was trying to sell product, and I was doing very well at that. And I guess everyone thought that that was going to be my career path, and I was kind of moving up in the ranks in the corporate world. And then all of a sudden, I quit my job, moved to California, and take up like a pay cut to pursue this dream of mine. And so yes, my friends were I had friends that were like, okay, what do you want to do with your life? And I was just like, I'm doing what I want to do with my life. Like I'm not where, I'm not a Julia Roberts, but like I'm at the beginning stages of what I feel like what my purpose is, what I'm passionate about, and the industry that I want to try to take by storm. I was like, I did well with sales. I didn't do well with basketball. I did well with acting. And I was like, so let's see what else I can do in the film and the entertainment industry. So they were I remember some of my friends I had like one friend that asked me what I wanted to do with my life. And I told her, I was like, what do you mean? What do I want to do? Like, do you not see the film? And I would get like, congratulations, but it was never like, oh my God, this is so awesome. It was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Or it's cute. One of my friends said, it's cute that you're, pursuing these dreams in California. And I was like, this isn't a dream. This is now like, this is starting to become a career. So it was different versus in California, everyone's like, oh yeah, cool. This is like our career and this is our life. And, we go 18 hours on set and we sit down and we like try to be creative and think of a way that we could put, this kind of stuff on film. And it was just a different environment, different friends. And it was almost an elevated way of thinking where it wasn't so limited and corporate minded. It was more so all inclusive and exciting and lift you up about whatever it is that you say that you're going to pursue.
So forgive me if I don't remember, but you said that you guys was nominated for best woman actress, best everything, right? Did y'all win any of them?
We won best female director, and then I think we won best film.
Round of applause for that.
So now you're in LA, right? When did you start writing?
I started writing, let's see. Last year was when I started doing the second script. The first script that I did was in 2021. I think it was either 2020 or 2021. Recent, yeah, really recent. This is it was like a new adventure for me because I talked to the CEO and founder of a major TV network, and I was complaining because I was in a short film and I was like, how do I make money? Like, I see the people who are behind the camera making money, but what about the talent? Like, if I want to make the money that they're making. And so he started telling me about, what goes into production and what goes into writing and, the editing and everything. And I said, oh, okay, well, I want to be an actress. Of course, I want to do acting, but then I also want to be behind the camera, not just in front of it. So because that's where the real money is. And honestly, that's where a lot of the respect is too. So I began to take online courses on writing. I began to read up on how to write scripts. I started kind of trying to dabble in little things here and there on my own. And I always talked about it, but I never actually did anything until one day I just had this idea. A friend of mine gave me an idea for this movie that I like, and to make it an urban movie and then make it modern day. And I've been obsessed with this movie for my entire life. And so I sat down and I just started writing, and I couldn't stop. And I felt like something came over me and I just couldn't stop. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to drink water. I didn't want to go out and have fun. I didn't want to go to the movies. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to even converse with people that I loved and cared about a lot. I wanted to write this script. I just couldn't stop. And then I couldn't stop researching certain aspects of the script to put it in there. And so it took me about my first script, because it was a remake, it was a little bit shorter. So it took me about maybe 3 months to write that first one. And that was pretty cool because I was like, it was 113 pages long. So that was pretty cool to say, like, I've written an 113 page script. Now I don't know how good that one was because that was my first one, but that one I'm kind of like, eh. But it was the first time I was like, okay, I can do this. I can write something. I can finish, not only start something, but I can finish a piece, which was for myself. I was like, okay, I can, let me see what else I can do if I can do this.
See, you know what's good about what you said? That your friends, right?
Mhm.
They supported you, right?
Mhm.
None of these guys support me because I used to write poetry. They don't believe me.
Get the fuck out.
Hold on. I used to write poetry. I'm published in 2 books.
That's amazing.
I am. My mom can't find it. I don't remember the book names.
Can you actually?
When did you write it? You
I-
said your mom.
Yeah, my mom
Can you give
has
us
it.
a
I don't know
spoken word
where.
piece?
I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at.
Can you
but
give
it's
us a
there.
spoken word piece?
Spoken word. I don't do spoken word. I write poetry.
That's amazing.
And I used to be an actor too.
Did you really?
He was
Yes.
an extra. He was an extra.
Oh, that's not nice. Guys don't do them like that.
No,
We need the
listen,
extras too. The extras. There's a featured extra.
My
He
start
was on
was
Batman.
in
Batman.
No, I wasn't Gotham. I wasn't Gotham.
Yeah. He's literally the camera did this.
No, they didn't. First of all, me and the director was cool. I told him to tell him to push me. He pushed me. I was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah. So you were featured. You were the featured extra.
I was not really, but. And then my first acting, it was, I did the West Side Story play when I was in PS 72.
Wow, that's
Elementary school. I did the West Side Story. And
that's a
I had
difficult
to
play.
go on top of the. Do you remember?
Wait, doing a play in elementary school makes you an actor?
Yeah.
So I'm an actor too. I was Martin Luther King.
No, I was in.
I did Paul Bunyan.
No, I was in I was on TV. I was on TV too.
I was on TV. Your elementary school.
No, I was on Love and Hip Hop too.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was in the audience. But they don't believe in me as much as your friends believe in you. It's like, I'm jealous.
Move to Los Angeles.
Ooh.
You know what?
Don't.
I would. That is my ideal place to live.
Next, he's gonna tell you he was in Barbizon. Oh, what's that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a modeling agency.
Oh, I used to model too. No, I'm just playing. But I do. LA is like where I always wanted to be.
LA is an amazing city. It's expensive, but it's It's worth it because of the mindset of the people there.
Wow. Now I'm like, damn, you got me ready to quit my job right now. I'm like, so I just email my principal like, I ain't coming in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Don't do that. The kids need you.
Yeah, we following our dream right now, actually.
True. Yeah, I mean, true. You're right. Kids do. They appreciate what I do. But at the same time, you know, I do think that at one point everybody comes at that crossroad.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, am I gonna follow my true passion? Am I gonna really do what I want to do and what I feel like I'm here on earth to do versus my responsibilities?
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a tricky situation because now as an adult, I see people again, going back to what we were talking about with high school. Now I see the same thing as with adults, suppressing who they truly are just because society says you have to do this.
Yeah.
And how do you find that balance now as an adult with that?
I would say I am still in the process of finding that balance. It's never something that I have felt 1000% confident in. It's something, I would say it's more of a journey than something that I feel like I've truly found. It's, you just have to go with the flow of life, because sometimes you can be in, you know, chasing after your dreams 70% of the time, and then 30% of the time you're like, oh, I have to pay the bills. There are certain things that I have to take care of. I have certain responsibilities. And then life will grant you a wonderful opportunity, and you are taking care of what you want to do, your dreams, like 95% of the time. And only 5% do you have to worry about the bills and what not being paid, because your dream is taking care of that for you. So it has to do with the opportunities that come to you, and you just kind of have to go with the flow of the universe and go with, what's being presented to you. At the same time, you have to have a lot of energy. If you are in a situation where you're having to chase your dreams and pay bills at the same time, you have to give. If you give, let's say 100% at work, you've almost got to give 250% trying to chase your dreams. And so you've got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself properly in order to do that kind of thing, if that
What do
makes
you mean
sense.
by take care of yourself?
I could get into this for hours. So nutritionally, mentally, physically, you have to, and spiritually, I would say you would have to make sure that you're taking care of your body, that you're taking vitamins, you're taking the supplements that you need, that you're getting nutrient dense foods so that you can have the energy to pursue everything out of life that you want to pursue. Then also, mentally, you have to make sure that your mental is balanced, because if you're doing everything for your job, your 9 to 5, you're going to be, you can be exhausted. But then if you're doing everything for your dreams, and you're not taking care of your bills, and you're not taking care of your responsibilities, you're going to be exhausted, but in a different type of way, because you're not going to have the money to pay for what you need to pay for. And that's not a fun way to be stressed, a fun way to feel. And then spiritually, I believe in making sure that my spirit man or woman is healthy as well. And I want to get in touch with, everyone believes something differently. I believe in God. Some people believe in the higher version of themselves. Some people believe in the universe and or some sort of being out there. But I believe in God. And so I find that whenever I have all three of those aspects of my life balanced, then I'm able to take on and kind of find my flow as far as balancing the work life, and balancing, the dreams and the passions life. And hopefully what we're trying to get is to the point where those become one, and where you're actually making money off of your dreams, and it's not just something that is in the future, it's in the present. And you can quit whatever 9 to 5 job, or you can quit whatever it is that you're having to do temporarily to take care of the bills.
I like that.
No, yeah, and
Because we was just talking about that.
exactly, and
Like-
we just had that conversation. And you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but I'm curious. You started with acting, and you were super passionate about acting, and then you transitioned to writing. And it sounded to me, from the way I internalized what you said, it sounded like part of the influence was because it pays more. So my question is, do you feel like that was a point in time in your life where you were at a crossroads between following your passion and taking care of responsibilities?
Oh, 1000%. 1000%. It was kind of like, okay, acting isn't paying the bills. Like, what will? But the cool thing about going with the flow of the universe is that once I started writing, it wasn't until I would say maybe this second project that I wrote, I became so involved with the character and researching. I researched for 6 months. For 6 months before I even started writing about this civil rights activist and her life. And that made me kind of reevaluate what my dreams were, because I always thought it had been acting. But then whenever I started writing and I wanted to produce this film, and I started like looking really into how movies are made and how they're edited, it made me fall in love with the entertainment industry even more. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to just be a 1D, a single dimensional talent. I want to be good at writing. I want to be good at producing. I want to know how to edit. I want to know how to research properly. I want to know the whole everything that comes with the entertainment industry. I want to know every aspect of it. And I think that made me love acting even more, because once you start writing about a character and once you start researching that character, it makes acting that much more real. And I would say that almost somewhat easier, because you you see different sides to who you're trying to represent than when you were just being an actress and saying, okay, I'm going to read this line. I'm going to try to read this line in a way that's realistic. Now you're almost becoming the character because you wrote about the character, or now you have a different perspective because you understand what the writer is thinking whenever they're wanting you to produce a certain scene. And the editing, that's something that I'm getting into because like I said, I am a future filmmaker. But it's been an interesting journey, and I'm very grateful that it's weird because it's like I needed the money, and so I was like, oh, let me try to produce, let me try to write, let's get in this aspect of it. But it made me fall in love with my dream even more because now I know every aspect.
Can you tell me it is either like a person or a movie or a scene that inspired you to become an actress?
Yeah. Okay. Did you ever see the movie Philadelphia?
I've heard of it.
I'm not a
So Tom Hanks is my favorite actor of all time. I just think whenever he gets in front of a camera, he has like this childlike personality that is magical. And there's a scene in Philadelphia where they're playing opera. Oh, and Denzel Washington's in this movie too. So it's like you've got Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington, and they're young and in their prime. So their acting was just fantastic. And Tom Hanks was playing a man who had AIDS, and he was going to die. And Denzel Washington was playing the lawyer who had to represent him. And Denzel Washington, it was put back in a time when racism was a lot more prominent and segregation was a lot more prominent, and it was more so accepted than it is today overall. I mean, today we still have systematic racism, and don't get me wrong, it's very present and we do deal with a lot of issues, but it was during a time where if you're a gay man, you're an outcast. If you're a black man, you're an outcast to society completely. Like, it's not systematic, it's not hidden in the media, it's not like these little secret things. No, it's like in your face, we don't like you. And so Denzel Washington was like a Christian man, and so he felt conflicted having a gay client who had AIDS and representing him. And the contrast of Tom Hanks like in this scene and Denzel Washington, where Denzel Washington's first, like, he finally started to accept Tom Hanks as a person and as his client, was so beautiful and heartbreaking. And I remember just crying because Tom Hanks was singing about this opera, and you see Denzel Washington like breaking down and trying not to cry. And that scene right there, when I saw that, I remember thinking, man, if I can make someone cry the way that I was crying and see themselves and learn how to accept someone who is not, their ideal person, like Denzel Washington didn't want to accept this gay man who had AIDS, I will feel like I have done my job. And I feel like I could die at that moment and be happy if I could make someone feel that kind of emotion like I felt.
Wow. She has a question. What is your favorite movie?
What is my favorite movie? Oh, that's so hard because I have so many.
Okay, so let's do top 5.
I'll
give you yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that you could just pick one.
No, you can't. There's so many good ones. I love Forrest Gump. Obsessed with Forrest Gump. You know what's funny? I didn't see that movie until 2 years ago. I wasn't allowed to see it growing up. Forrest Gump. I like American Gangster. Definitely Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. No, you weren't expecting that. Breakfast at Tiffany's with Audrey Hepburn. And then, what is another movie? I'm blanking.
Castaway?
Is top 4 okay? Castaway was good, but I wanted to see him interact with other people more. I was like, okay, this is boring. It was a great movie, but I was like, okay, like, when is he gonna get rescued? I was like, all right. talking to the beach ball. I'm like, okay,
Forrest Gump.
great.
What's his name? Wilson, right?
Wilson.
I never seen
Wilson.
Castaway.
It's Wilson.
You you want to say a couple? You want to say top 1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
Movies?
let me hear some of your ideas. Maybe it'll jog my memory.
Well, I'm not a movie person,
Mhm.
but some of the movies that have impacted me, I would say number 1, Lion King.
Yeah.
Number 1, Lion King.
That's in my top 3.
Lion King
I
definitely is
gotta
in
change
there.
it up.
Lion King Part 1, to be exact.
Yeah.
Nobody
Um,
acknowledged part 2.
Part 2 was good.
Part 2's fire.
Part 2 was good.
It's trash. Part 2 is trash.
John Q.
Yeah, that's a good one.
John Q.
That's
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yes.
What's another movie I love? That's all I can think about for right now. Yeah, Lion King, John Q, Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, one of y'all could go.
I could go. I gave my all-time favorite movie is Gladiator. Like
that's a good one.
That I could watch that literally every day if it's on TV or anything like that. I could watch Gladiator, and I got to put in Remember the Titans.
That's another good one. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was my number 1.
Those two are. I gotta put Space Jam in there too. I gotta put
Hell
Space Jam.
no.
I like Space Jam. I like Space Jam.
What was it in
Yeah.
Remember the Titans? It's attitude reflects leadership, Captain.
Hey.
I said that in an argument with my dad.
No, those two movies right there, if they're on TV, I can watch it at any important time and not just watch them.
1000%.
But that's how I know like those are like my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Those are good ones.
Me is Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is a classic. Who doesn't like that movie?
It's a great Disney movie.
It's Disney?
I
forgot it was Disney.
I definitely forgot it was Disney.
Great Disney movie. Coach Carter.
That's right.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter's a good
Coach
movie.
Carter's a good one.
Yeah, Coach Carter. Lion King is in there too. Part 1. Nobody acknowledges part 2. What else? So that's 3. I would say Any Given Sunday.
Okay.
That's a good.
And yeah, I mean, can't really think of anything else right now.
You know what I forgot about, and it's underrated. I think it's DreamWorks. Prince of Egypt.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
remember that one.
That one is, I know every word to that movie. That is probably, that soundtrack is, my God. You listen to it and then you just get pumped. You're just like, ah.
I want to say,
the movie Enough.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, Enough is a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Nah, yeah, wow.
Enough is a good movie. That's a good movie. Nah, seriously, no.
Listen, the concept of the movie was great.
No,
the movie was not great.
Well, I like the Saw movies.
They like, oh, okay.
Those were interesting because it was so he was so smart. It was scary and smart at the same time. I thought that was cool.
I'm gonna throw Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
for number 4.
Boys in the Hood.
You have to throw Boys in the Hood in there.
Yeah, Taken. No, hell no.
Taken was a good movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Taken was a good movie. The second one was kind of. The other ones were kind of. Eh. The first one was the best.
Taken 2 and 3 where they were reaching, but Taken 1 was a good movie.
First of all, my thing with Taken is why y'all keep getting taken?
Yeah.
Y'all get taken 3 times, and y'all just like
it's called a cop.
Change your name. Move like out of the country.
Call the cops. Do something like stop
traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta work.
Yeah.
It's crazy because now when you ask me that question, I just draw a blank when it comes to movies. But I feel like if it was just like, I don't know, if it was in like casual combo, I don't know. But I'm not. The 5th one's gonna pop in my mind before this interview is over. It's like, I got 4.
Isn't that funny? When you're asked about the movies, you're like, wait, what were my favorite movies?
My 4 were Boys in the Hood, Lion King, John Q, Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay. Hard Lessons is a good movie too.
What's that?
Hard Lessons.
What's that about?
It's one of Denzel's first movies.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, Malcolm X.
I
Oh,
thought you
that's
were
another
gonna say
good
that.
one.
Malcolm
I
X.
definitely thought you was gonna say that a long
Malcolm
time
X.
ago.
Yeah, definitely. I know I was forgetting. Yeah,
Ali's
Malcolm
a good
X.
movie too.
Ali's great.
I think
Ali's a good
I
movie,
think
too.
that's by far the best Will Smith movie ever.
Ali.
Ali.
Ooh.
I'm not a big fan of Will Smith.
That
a
is a bold statement to make.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Will Smith.
What?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. But that was a great movie. You can't deny Ali.
You gonna go watch his new movie?
What new movie?
He got a new movie coming out.
I'm definitely not
Oh
watching.
yeah, that's right. He does have a new movie coming
Mhm.
out.
And he said he doesn't. If you don't want to watch it because he smacked Chris Rock, it's okay.
I'm gonna watch him.
He said that. He's like, I understand
did
if you don't
say
want to
that.
watch my movie because I smacked him. He didn't say it like that, but he definitely said it in that type of way.
That's crazy.
There's
Honestly,
a little shade when
I
you
don't
said
give a
it.
fuck
Yeah,
about it. I'm just not a big fan of Will Smith at all.
You don't like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I mean,
Think about your answer very carefully.
Hey, we're talking about movie Will Smith.
Nigga, you say you don't like Will Smith.
But it's Will Smith. I don't like his music. I don't like anything.
No, wait, you don't like Summertime?
That's crazy.
Yo, you crazy.
I don't like it.
Summertime. That shit was
crazy.
I
fire.
don't like it.
I could listen to that in the winter. That's how great of a song that is.
I don't like it.
All right.
Could you imagine if you saw
Why
Wild
not?
Wild West? You would really hate him in Wild Wild West. Then.
I didn't like Wild Wild West. I didn't like it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it.
Oh.
I didn't like that. I didn't like Men in Black. I don't like it.
That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. What was wrong? Yo,
I don't like what's that? Bad Boys.
What?
I don't like it.
Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence?
I don't like
Oh
it.
my
crazy
God!
right now.
What in the world?
You don't like none of the Bad Boys?
None.
Do you like the Rush Hours?
Rush Hour?
That's
I know, but I'm just curious.
That's not Will Smith.
yeah. No,
I know,
do you like
but
Rush
do you
Hour?
like Rush Hour?
I like Rush Hour.
It's the same shit.
No,
What
it's not.
actor? Like, what actor is your favorite?
My favorite actor is Denzel.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say that's
Mine as well.
Oh, Training Day is one of my favorite movies too.
Training Day is a great movie.
Yeah, Training Day is good.
hmm
A movie I like. I don't know if it's a good movie, but I do like the Justin Timberlake movie Time.
He has a movie?
I did
Oh,
like
that was a good
too.
one. That was weird.
Yeah,
That was
that
cool.
Time was a good movie.
I
Yeah,
like
watch
that
that.
one.
You would like that.
Yeah, you were like that was cool when
Is
he
it on-
stole the person's
Is it on
time.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not on
Nah.
Netflix. I'll give you a website. I got you after this.
I remember telling one of my friends that I believed that the one world currency was going to be like yourself, like your time. And then that movie came out. I was like, I told you guys, it's the one world currency.
Oh,
Our
no,
time.
there was a movie in there.
Oh, I was
Okay.
gonna say I don't know if it's a good movie, but I did like Limitless. Where they had to take that
Oh.
pill.
Yes.
And and you know what I'm talking about, right? It was a pill and
Yes.
they just like it makes you mad smart and mad.
It was like
things.
NZ45 or something like that.
Yeah, that I don't know if that was great at the time. I now have to rewatch that because now I said it. I'm gonna rewatch that.
I don't know which movie I'm gonna take out, but The Matrix has to be in my top 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another good one.
That's like, this is it. This is it. Matrix got to be top 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
got
see the
Keanu
new
Reeves?
one?
No. I didn't like the new one.
Really? I'm scared to watch it.
I felt like they tried to force a bridge between like the past and the present to set up for another movie. To me, it was just like, all right, we get it. There was a Matrix 1. You don't have to keep making 30,000 references to it. We know what happened. I guess but because there was so much time in between the movies, you know, you have like kids that watched it or could have watched it when they were kids, but didn't, and now they're adults. So you got to bring them all the way back there, then all the way to the present, and then get them ready for the future. It was all over the place.
Yeah, and it's not the responsibility of the directors, the parents' job to be like, this is a great movie, The Matrix, watch it.
No, that
There
is
you go.
true. That is
Like, as
true.
my kid, I'm going to be like, you have to see this movie. You have to watch this movie. Especially if you're going to watch, like, the newer versions, you have to go back to
You have
the
to watch the
original.
old version.
Exactly.
You have to
Yeah.
watch 1, 2, and then the rest.
Mhm.
Did you watch the new Black Panther?
Mm.
I haven't yet. I'm so scared to watch it because I know I'm just going to be crying the entire time. Does it make you want to cry? Because the trailer made me just bawl.
You want to go?
Do you want our opinion?
Do you want
on
our
it?
opinion or you want?
Because you didn't
Oh
watch it.
no, that didn't sound good. Is it not good?
I'm not gonna say it's not good. All right, I'm gonna put it like this: it depends on your expectation going into the film. For me, I'm not a Marvel person,
Yeah.
so I'm a casual fan. So for me, the movie was like it was good. It wasn't anything like spectacular. Like I judge my movies based on like impact and the impact it has on me. Does it make me think different, feel different, look at the world differently? I feel like Black Panther 1 did that for me. It exposed me to a whole lot of like culture and ritual and history through these characters. Part 2, maybe because part 1 did such a great job doing that, didn't really do it for me. I feel like I didn't learn anything. It didn't impact me in any type of way. It was just a lot of hype because the unfortunate passing, of course, of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And it's part 2 of a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, it was okay. It wasn't nothing wild. But the tributes that they didn't have in the movie were fantastic.
But you should go watch the movie, though.
Yeah, go watch the movie.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go watch.
Yeah, I gotta get your opinion on that.
Yeah, I would love your opinion on that. Me, as a Marvel head, I like Marvel. It was
It was Wait, do you like Marvel better or DC?
Marvel, 100%.
Marvel.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to get into it because then I might say something that I shouldn't say. So I want you to watch it. But
okay, yeah, don't give it away.
Exactly. We can have another conversation after this and be like,
Patreon conversation.
Yes, we
got Patreon conversation.
There we go. Oh,
Patreon, yes.
I'm sorry. Let's get back to you.
All right, so we
went on a little tangent right there.
We were in LA. So with going to LA, a lot of people say that, if you want to get into showbiz, go to New York or LA. Yeah, I mean, hey, to each his own. Some people say go to New York, some people say go to LA. But when you get there, how do you start? Like, do you just open your phone and call a long lost contact that you had in LA? Like, hey, I'm here. Introduce me to somebody I'm trying to figure it out. Or like, what's the process when you first get out there?
The process for me was building relationships. It really just kind of, how do I explain this? LA is a place where you're networking, but it's very much so by the way sort of a thing, where it's like, you become friends with a person, you're talking with them, you're eating out, you're doing whatever, and then you hint to by the way, I'm an actress and I see that blah, 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 and the person will either accept it and be like, oh, well, here's my number and let's talk, or they'll just brush over it. It's very much hinting and kind of establishing relationships more so than just gung-ho and always being like, oh, I'm an actress and here's my resume, and that kind of turns people off because people are more interested in someone that they're going to enjoy to have on set, if that makes sense.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. And so with that being said, if I go out and I'm new to LA and I don't know anybody, are there like networking opportunities? Like, if I don't know anybody, like where do I go? What do I do?
There are little hidden gems, little spots. There was this jazz club that I used to love to go to because no one knew about it, but it's where like all the celebrities went. So I'd go there to try to be like seen or whatever. Honestly, the way that Los Angeles is it's just, when you're not looking for it is whenever it comes to you, where you'll just be, I was working at a little juice bar at the time, and I would have people come in and I'd be like, oh my God, like I met my first celebrity. Or you would be at the movies and then there goes Beyonce's mom walking by you. It's very true what they say about how it's La La Land and it's like a magical place because the celebrities and the opportunities are just everywhere. And it's almost as if you just have to get out. Like you have to say, okay, you have to have, your resume, you have to have a goal in mind, and you just need to get out and meet people. And that's what I did. I just went out and I was like, okay, let me just go out and meet people. Let me build relationships. Let me just try to experience life. And in that, it's really interesting how your calling and how your passions find their way to you as you're just kind of trying to become a better person.
As great as LA sounds, it sounds like Disney World for everybody, opportunities for everybody. At the same time, though, sorry, excuse me, LA does have predators,
Oh yeah.
especially in this business.
Yes.
So, what are some, for the new people who may be trying to move to LA and trying to get started, what are some red flags that comes with like putting yourself out there?
Red flags would be if you meet a gentleman and he says that he's an actor, he says that he's, a director, a producer. They all say that. I would say that that's almost a red flag. Like if you say, "Oh, I'm a new actress and I'm wanting to be on the scene and in the spot," and if all of a sudden he's the producer and now he's the director and he wants to take you to dinner so that he can discuss these things with you, that's a major red flag right there. It's like, no, that he doesn't need to do all of this stuff. That's not how this kind of thing works. And usually, let's say he is a director, he is a producer, the way that he's going about it is very unprofessional. And now it seems as if, you're going to have to, there's going to be a requirement or an expectation if he does give you a tiny, small little role.
Yeah, he
So,
wants one.
yeah, he's going to want more. And you have to be very aware of just the way that people approach you and that they talk to you, and just the professionalism that certain individuals have while other people may not have that same professionalism. That those are the ones that you want to avoid. I know that when I first came to LA, I didn't know anything. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's a producer and he's a director, and no, like he's fine. Yeah, he DM'd me and that's how like I met him, but like, and he commented on my pictures and that's how I met him." And it's like, no, that's not how the industry works. They're not going to be DMing you and commenting on your pictures. They're going to be having their people go to you and kind of vet you out, or you're going to be, somewhere where it's not that way. It's not a guy approaching you at a bar and saying, "Let me buy you a drink, and oh, by the way, I'm a director and I'm a producer." It's a lot more professional and strategic.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. So, you've been in music videos, independent films, reality TV. Can you tell us which ones you've been in?
Yes. So I've been in, do you know Kurt Franklin?
Yes.
So I was in one of his.
Oh, he made Stomp.
He made Stomp.
Oh,
Yes. He made Stomp. I was in Kurt Franklin music video, Dark Child and Kurt Franklin. I did Alicia Keys for Super Bowl Sunday. It was like but it wasn't like anything crazy. I think my face just like popped up on the scene one time and then it came back on the scene and that was it.
You were featured.
And so if you're in the stand, you saw it.
I wasn't featured on Gotham when
I didn't say.
Yo, you see?
Like that. It was like that.
I will listen. I'm gonna send you the clip of what I'm talking about.
I can send you the episode.
You could put it in your reel.
I'm gonna send you the
Just put
clip.
that in your reel.
The camera did this.
I was in the whole thing.
If you paused it, you seen him.
I'm gonna send it.
I gotta watch that.
You gotta like pause like.
Season 1, episode 6. Remember that.
I mean, he did have a 1.5 second part in Gotham when he was walking out of the psych ward or some shit.
Yeah, you see? Now I didn't know. Yeah. But Love and Hip Hop put me for 7 years.
1.5 seconds, but he didn't speak. He was just walking. He paused it. He said, "You see, that's me right there." That's what happened.
But Love and Hip Hop,
Like,
Love and
you
Hip
wouldn't
Hop
even
had
notice
me
it.
every year for 7 years. Love and Hip Hop was on there for 7 years.
That's
an
cool.
audience.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
True.
He's an audience.
They kept showing my face every year for 7 years.
Wow.
And they still didn't cut that check. Love and Hip Hop, cut that check, baby.
Yeah.
They need
Round of
to. They
applause.
keep using me. I haven't even been there. Yo,
Yeah,
you know how many times?
let's give you a round of applause.
Thank you, thank you. Can I
man.
get my flowers?
That's a great career.
Thank you. I'm done.
You had a great run.
Retired.
You had a great run. You had a great run.
See, my friends don't believe in me.
I just gave you a round of applause.
I'm
See,
sorry.
that's a good. Use that as ammo to prove them wrong. To be like, yes, you'll be the best best extra there ever was.
Sorry, you was in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, independent films. So, Jim's was one of them. Of Salt and Sand was another, and Fine Lines was my most recent. I think that was that last year? Man, I think that was last year, 2021. It feels like so far away. It was. Oh my gosh, it was last year. And those were all with Kinemedia, and those were all entered into multiple different. They're entered into different short film festivals.
And Canon Media is your friend's group, media,
Yeah,
right?
Kendra.
That's
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's what she does is amazing. She and her boyfriend, they get together and they just make these films that are they're theater quality, definitely. What reality TV show? I was in I think it was called Love and Medicine or Medicine LA, Married to Medicine LA. Yes. Oh my gosh, I was in Married to Medicine LA. That I was in one episode. I did not. I remember on the way there, it was my first time being like on reality TV on television. And I had the novel idea to take vitamins on an empty stomach. And so we're going through these hills to get up to, where we're going to film. And I remember becoming so incredibly sick, and I was just terribly sick the entire time. And I was trying to be like, strong. I was like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had the flu and he still played basketball. And so I'm sure the camera, I purposely did not watch that episode because I'm like, I'm sure the camera captured everything. Like the way that I looked, the way that I felt. But that was my first time on reality TV was with Married to Medicine. And then I was in a couple of Netflix movies. One of them was like I played a high schooler, and I learned a lot that the high schoolers that you see on TV are not, they're not high schoolers. They're like 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Like these people are not. I was like, this person's not a high schooler. I was like, I'm not a high schooler either. But we're playing these roles. But that was a lot of fun. That was so much fun. I was in this movie called Moxie. And that was my first like Netflix movie where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in this movie, not Moxie. And they had me in a scene and they cut me out of the scene. And I was like,
Wow.
But it was still a cool experience. I had so much fun. I would 1000% do it again just to get cut out of the scene again.
So it also says that you was under Tasha Smith, Ivana Chabuk, Tom Hanks, Samuel L. Jackson. How many times did he curse on set?
All the time. All the time.
Fucking water.
That's what I was.
It's not like that though. Not like that. It was just whenever he would like get up and perform. It wasn't. He wasn't like cursing all the time in person. He's a very quiet.
I was waiting to ask this question the whole time. Like I know he's like, what he's just a motherfucker for everything. Like.
No, it was just for whenever he got up and like he was explaining a scene to us, and he would like get really passionate about it. But like day to day walking around, he's very quiet and very humble. But whenever he gets up, becomes a completely different person. It's really cool to watch.
I feel like he has to have like the Guinness Book of World Records for the most roles ever played.
Yeah,
too.
He has to. Like he has to have the memory of a god. Like for you to memorize all those lines in different roles.
Bro, he made Snakes on the Plane. That movie was trash.
That man doesn't sleep. And the way that he describes like how he gets into each character, and he said, you have to read the whole script, and he reads the whole script multiple times, and then he like goes off and does his own little thing with the character, and it's like, you've done so many roles, you seriously do that with every single character that you play? And he does. Like you can see it in his acting. He's very well studied whenever it comes to performing whatever role he has to perform in front of a camera. It's magical to watch.
We had a question from the audience. How do you feel about actors and actresses from other countries getting American roles?
If they can perform it, why not? I don't think that I have a bias where I'm like, oh, only Americans can have an American role. Same as, you know, in the business world, I don't really look at other people who are from a different country and being like, oh, they're coming over and taking all of our jobs. If someone can do a job better than I can and they can, you know, speak in a way that captures the audience, I want them in that role. They're supposed to be in that role. And that's the beautiful thing about acting, is that you're not, it's not, whenever you really get into it and you really love it, you don't get jealous of other people whenever they come in and they take, you know, a role that you felt like you as an American, you understood more. You don't get jealous of that sort of a thing, because you understand that you have what roles you're supposed to get, you're going to get. And so if someone from a different country comes into America and they get, you know, a specific role, I've never been like, oh, well, this person shouldn't have, you know, there's no way they're even faking an accent. They have an American accent. Their American accent doesn't sound good. I think a perfect example of that is House, the TV show House. The man who plays House is British, and he's faking an American accent every season. You never hear his British accent, but there's no one better suited for that role. Now, am I upset that someone from, you know, the UK came into America and said, hey, I think I can be an American better than any other person for this role? No, it fit. I felt like there was a specific character that only he could embody, that nobody else could embody. And, you know, it's a very tricky thing to talk about, because it depends on, you know, it depends on the ethnicity of the person, because if you get into appropriation and you get into, you know, in Hollywood, there's an issue with white people playing different ethnicities. I think that is where I probably have the issue. If I see, you know, a white person playing an indigenous person, or a white person playing, I think there was one movie I saw where a white person was playing someone from the Middle East, and a big controversy is Jesus. Anytime someone plays Jesus, it's like a British white man playing the role of a Middle Eastern man. That's always a little controversial. I think that is where I would have an opinion, where I don't really like that aspect, but we're becoming better and better, and we're becoming more diverse as an industry than we were in the past. And I think as, you know, more people talk about this, there's more light shed on the appropriation that we're experiencing all the time. We'll continue to see the actual roles be fulfilled properly.
Not for nothing. Most of the time, like, I don't even know these actors. They speak English so well. I'm like, oh, they speak English. Then you hear them on the regular interview, and they're like, I'm not gonna do it. But they have their own accent. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I didn't even know that.
That's how I felt about the guy from Snowfall. I heard him talk.
Yo,
I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. But
Well,
yeah,
who was it?
It's like on Walking Dead.
The Spider-Man, the kid that played Spider-Man, his name is Tom. What is his name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I didn't know he was British.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and he played that role so, like, there was no one else to play that role. That particular Spider-Man. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
Oh, by the way, they about to get married.
It's like when you watch
Wait, Zendaya and Tom?
Yeah, I read that they about to get engaged. Yeah.
That's so good.
It's like when you watch Walking Dead and they had like the guy Rick.
Oh yeah, Rick.
Rick sounds like a Southern American, and all of a sudden British, and it's also the governor.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep. All of them, and I'm like, you never know.
I was like, what?
Like, how can you do any accents?
Me, I can do. I used to be able to do a really, really good British accent with like a little. I sound like I was from Essex, but I have to be like in the mood. I have to have. Right now, I could not do it because it's too late at night, and I would probably sound really ridiculous, and then I'd probably also start to sound like I was Australian. So I have to be like.
He said he could do it. He said he could do it.
Do it.
Well, hello there. That's it. I'm not doing it.
Yo, what? That's how you end the conversation?
I'm not.
What was that? Yo.
You think you're going to survive in a coffee shop like that?
Go ahead. Give us a whole sentence.
Well, hello there. What are you guys up to?
Oh my god,
I'm serious.
that was horrible.
No, seriously, it's horrible because you can't do it.
I can't. How would you say that was? You can
1
be
to
brutally
10, 1 to
honest.
10.
I'm Switzerland.
That's what you got from it?
I'm Switzerland. I would say just practice it a little bit more.
There you go. That's the Hollywood way.
I've been drinking also.
Yeah.
So I have a what is your ideal role that you want to do?
My ideal role is the role that I recently wrote about, playing a civil rights activist. And I think it would be a role where I make you angry and sad at the same time, where I make you really feel something, like, but not just feel something, but see yourself through me and like like certain traumas that you experience, kind of experiencing those and having a cathartic moment. So like a really intense, really great drama scene, role, I would say.
What is one role you would never want to do?
I would never want to play an abuser of children. I could never. I turned down a role like that. I read the script and I was like, what in the world? I can't do that. I can't hurt children. I can't even pretend to hurt children.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep because so like when I watch old, like not old movies, but like movies that depict like slavery.
Yeah.
And I see how like they like when you have like the person who's like beating on the black people or like raping the black woman. It's like I don't know how these people could do these roles and then just leave set and like you just like you don't remember what you ain't just do that.
But what if they like said sorry before?
No, there's no need to apologize.
No, I'm just saying, like, yo,
acting.
my fault. Like, I gotta act, but just
no, I wouldn't even want you to apologize. Like, I just don't understand like how people could snap in and out of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part that's like crazy to me.
Oh, think about like the what's this dude that everybody the shit that just happened? Ted Bundy thing, right? That's Ted Bundy. What's the guy who was eating people?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Like that guy went into real character.
Yeah.
Right? And like he was in there doing all this shit. Like he got into that character. Like how do you like get out of that? It's like like switch.
When you take certain roles, one thing that I learned studying under Ivana Chubbuck is that you can never judge the person that you're acting. So you have to play Jeffrey Dahmer and you have to not look at him as a serial killer, but you have to find that part of him that you relate to. And then bring that out. So, you know, maybe there's a darkness in him that he found in himself and he can't judge him. He can't be like, oh, this guy's really evil. He has to like fully become that character. And that's like when you ask what roles will you not take, there are certain roles that I see other people accept and I just don't know how they do it because you can't judge the person that you're playing. Denzel Washington even turned down a role one time because he said he got too deep into the character and he's like, I wouldn't have been able to get out and that's not the type of person I want to be. You can't judge a person. So if you're playing the villain, let's say you're playing the girl that takes the man from, you know, your best friend. You can't judge her. You can't be like, oh, I would never do this. You have to be like, yeah, no, I totally see her point. I totally see why she would do that. You have to like take on that mindset. And so that's why a lot of times with these major roles, the actors have trailers for a reason. So they don't interact because they have to take on like a
Heath Ledger played the best Joker ever. And and he got into full character. Even took some drugs for it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring him up too.
Sad, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
I want to ask about the importance of mentorship in entertainment. Can you speak about, you know, a little bit more in depth about some of the people who have helped you in your process and why it's important to be open-minded to help?
Wow. I don't know if I can stress enough how important it is to be open to help, to correction, to criticism, because you're never going to learn if someone's telling you that you're doing everything the right way. And it's also incredibly important to have someone that you trust who doesn't have ulterior motives guiding you. So a lot of times it's someone who's a lot older than you, who they've been in the industry for a while, or someone who's a lot older than you and they know the industry. They don't have to have been in your specific niche, and to have them kind of understand and guide you. And I'm open to whatever anyone has to say. If someone that I respect wants to take me on and they want to mentor me, I will 1000% say yes, please give me all the instruction you can. I've had, let's see, there was one of my mentors, and she was in the real estate business. So she was in real estate, but then she also knew a lot of people in the entertainment industry. So she was dealing with these people. They were her best friends, and they were always giving her advice and telling her all this stuff. So she would relay it back to me. And I was obsessed. Like every time we'd go out to eat, I would want to like just sit down, and I wouldn't talk. I would just let her talk. Even things that I didn't agree with, I wouldn't write them off. I would, what my dad says, put them on a shelf, because knowledge is power at the end of the day. And even the things that you think that you don't agree with at the time, there may come, later on in life, a moment where you say, hey, I can actually take this tidbit and use it. So this mentor that I had, I was just, I'm a sponge for knowledge. I'm a sponge for information. So anything that I can get from anyone, and you'd be surprised, it's not even sometimes a specific mentor. You say, okay, this person's my mentor. Sometimes the guy at the grocery store can be a type of mentor. You learn lessons in everything. Your dad is a type of mentor. Your mom's a type of mentor. The person that gets on your nerves the most in life can be a type of mentor, because there's a lesson in every single situation. So I guess there are different, I say it's important to look at not just a specific person. You need to have someone that you kind of look up to, but you need to be a student of life and a student of every person and everything that you come across, even the ones that you don't agree with, and let all of that be your mentorship, because it all comes back, it all goes together. If that makes any sense. I was trying to explain it.
That made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense.
I do have to ask about the app. What is the app that you are creating?
Oh, the app. Okay. So I can't get too much into it because I don't want anyone to steal it. But essentially it's,
all right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you can't talk about it, I don't.
We don't want to be responsible for somebody.
Yeah, we need you to make your money. Don't worry about it. We good.
I can talk about it in code.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, it's going to make life a lot easier for actors and casting directors to connect. And that's as far as I'm going to tell it. Okay. That's as much as I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask any questions because...
you have to sign an NDA.
I'll sign it.
So how do they connect now?
How do they connect?
Yeah.
Through the app.
No, like life before the app launches, like right now. How do people, like, how do they connect?
So there are different websites that you can go onto, and you can upload your headshots, you can upload your reels, you can upload little audio clips, and you put it out there, and you see scenes that, you're like, hey, I think I would be good for this role, and you submit yourself. That's one way. That's the freelance way, right? Or you can go and get an agent, and you go to the agent and you essentially give them your headshots and everything, and they help you with their reels, and they're submitting they're submitting your information to all of these different places, but they're doing it in a much more strategic way because they understand the industry a little bit better than you do. So you have both of those. Those are two ways to do it. You can be a freelancer, you can get an agent.
Okay.
Okay, well, I hope.
Did you have an agent?
I was my own agent. I was a freelancer.
You're your own agent. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I was a freelancer. I was outside. I was just like,
So can you tell the people how did you get involved in this in this realm of acting?
oh, I tell the people right now, I was broke and I had nothing to do.
You went on
And
Craigslist?
No, and I went and I looked and I started to. First of all, the money is not really that bad. It just takes long to get there.
Yeah.
It takes a while for it to come. Am I right?
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, it takes. So like that's why I was like, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then decided to not really like if I really wanted to do it, I was gonna try, but it was like the money for that wasn't taking. It was taking too long.
Can you give the people like a scene, like an acting moment right now, please?
I'm acting like I like you, nigga.
So mean.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get into character mode, right?
I am in character.
Aw.
That means you really love him.
No, not at all.
It's good acting right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely good acting.
Great acting. Well,
I wanted to ask her, are you a mentor at all? And if so, I've always wanted to get into screenwriting or writing in general, but I have no idea where to start, how to do it, but I have ideas. So like, do you do any mentoring at all by any chance?
I am too humble right now. I've thought about teaching, but I feel like I'm still so much of a student that there's a part of me that would love to help someone else, but I don't know if I would say that I'm at the level yet where I could mentor, where I would be a mentor. I see a lot of actors and actresses that have started to do the mentorship program now, and I admire them, but I just don't know if that's in the cards yet for me. But then 2 years ago, I was saying that I was not a writer, I was just an actress, but now I'm a writer too. So as of right now, the mentorship program is something that maybe I see in the future. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, whenever you get that program up and running, let me know. I'll be. I know.
That would actually be a good idea. That'd be fun. I'm gonna look into that now.
Yeah, you should definitely consider it. I mean, it doesn't even. You could even do it with kids. Like there are a lot of kids that are like we were talking about earlier, suppressing who they really want to be. A lot of these kids want to be screenwriters, want to be actresses, actors, but because they don't have those outlets, they can't do it. So I mean, I think I wouldn't even sell yourself short. I think you would make a wonderful mentor to adults and kids. Like they're like just because of who you are and how you carry yourself, there's plenty to learn from just your experience in LA and writing and film and all the things that you've done. I think you would make a fabulous mentor.
Yeah, even the fact that you went and traveled so many places as a young child. There's kids that live in New York, or let's just say New York is where we at, who feel like they're outcasts, that they don't know anything. Like you can also help them with that because it's like you
that's
have
your
so much-
superpower. You want to be an outcast. Like you want to be an outcast. There's no way that you want to fit the mold. Like that's so early 1900s.
Yeah, but they are. I think you have so much to give to the world, and I think you should.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm
I know
gonna
what
look
he's
into it now. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, I think you definitely should. I want to talk about this new project that you have coming up.
Yes.
I know we can't speak on who it's about yet, right?
Yes. I can
Okay,
give you hints.
Are you
If we get it right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, 'cause we might get it right.
You're not.
gonna
You're
be
not.
true.
You won't.
You sure?
You would have to have studied, like, taking courses on African American history, and
Try me.
no, because I don't want. Well, I can read you an excerpt from the script, and let's see if you can guess it. I don't think you'll be able to
I
guess it.
won't say it out loud. I won't say it out loud if I do.
Okay.
First of all, you see on the right, you see the chat. There's a private chat. We will put it in there.
Okay.
You're
Do
right.
that. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start from. Hold on, give me a second. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. George Orwell wrote these words in his latest sci-fi novel of his career, 1984. It's a great read, actually, about a dystopian society where the protagonist is fighting for his freedom. It's taught in many schools across the country as a piece of historic literature, though it's purely fiction. It was published in 1949, same year that I, myself, published a book credited as the Bible of the Civil Rights Movement. But that isn't being taught in schools. Let's go back to 1944 when Mr. Orwell began writing his little storybook. I had just graduated valedictorian from Howard University School of Law, and my senior thesis became significant in a Supreme Court case. You might remember Brown versus Board of Education. Yet, that also isn't being taught in schools. You see, oppression seems to be that of fairy tales for the white man, but I was living in the nightmare world of which Mr. Orwell so leisurely wrote. Somehow my non-fictional life isn't being taught in schools. I bet you haven't even heard of me. I'll give you a hint. Petersburg, 1940. I refused to give up my seat to a white passenger. Please don't tell me you thought I was Rosa Parks, though a fine woman she was. No, this was 15 years prior to her protests in 1955, you see. Oh, there is so much you do not know, but it isn't your fault, you see. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. And that's all I'm going to give you.
A round of applause for that.
Yes.
That was powerful.
Give it a real one.
Oh, yeah.
A real one.
I'm still like processing everything I just heard. Okay.
You got it?
I think I do. But I'm trying to remember the name, but I'm trying to remember it without using my computer.
Yeah, don't Google it. No Google. Google's not fair.
No.
You can't
I'm
Google.
not gonna.
That's cheating.
I just wanted to make sure the name is right.
I don't think you're gonna get it because I didn't even know who this was until like.
Okay, can I give you some like my thinking behind it?
Of course.
Yeah, put it in the chat though.
Okay, in the chat. Mm-hmm. And this is a question.
Drum roll. Make sure it's private.
It is.
It's in the private.
This is a private question.
This is first of all, this is exciting to see if he's got it right.
It's fun.
We all got the dead silence just waiting for the answer.
I know, right? Hold on. I'm going to the chat. No.
No?
I don't think so. No. I would have seen it in my research. I think I would have, at least.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, your brain is going crazy right now. So how are you liking this interview, by the way? This
is a great interview. Right? This is fun.
Have you ever did a podcast before?
No, I haven't. This is my very first.
Yes. Oh. Sorry.
Just all right, let me see. Is this? She wasn't a little girl though when it happened.
Oh, I know what it is.
Was that a trick question?
Oh, I can't remember her name. Oh,
no,
my
can't.
God.
You'll remember her name, though. You'll remember the name. Trust me.
It'll come to me.
It's gonna come.
I won't say it out.
You got it?
I know the scenario that she's talking about. I know the event that happened. And I want to say that first question I asked you was true.
She might not know that.
What rapper?
Tupac.
Did he really? No, he didn't. I would have known that.
I think he made a reference to her about.
All right, doing too much.
No,
There might be
I'm
some
wrong.
buffs in here.
No. Because I was thinking of Brenda's got a baby, but that's not about that scenario.
Yeah.
That's not about what your project is about. But I know this. I know the situation you're talking about, though.
Was Jerry Jones there?
Oh shit.
My fault. I'm sorry.
Yo.
I'm sorry. That's cool.
Man, that's
cool.
gonna haunt me. That's gonna haunt me.
Yeah, man.
If you sign the NDA, I'll tell you.
Shit, I'll sign that shit right now.
I want to.
Just sign the fucking NDA.
I'm not gonna say on the podcast.
No, of course. All right. I'll sign it.
So are you in the process of filming it, or are you just finishing writing it? Okay,
not in the process of filming it. No, because I had a little hiccup happen, so I had to wait a little longer. But I do have investors, and I do have people who they want to be heavily involved, and they want to be advisors and say, okay, well, this person wouldn't talk this way, and this person wouldn't act this way. You know, just someone to kind of guide me and help me play the role and make sure that I'm writing the role correctly. So it's in the works. It's going to be next year. Hopefully next year is whenever we start getting the marketing out. I have like merch that I want to do. I have the logo already. I have everything's ready, but I ran into a little bit of a hiccup. And so I had to postpone it to 2023 because it was supposed to be this summer. But
where are you filming?
I'm hopefully wanting to film in. I was thinking about. I wanted. It was originally going to be in Los Angeles, but the more that I'm seeing the way the industry's going, it might be in the Midwest. Because in Los Angeles, it's just very expensive to film, and being that I'm such a new creator and such a new filmmaker, I probably need to go outside of the fabulous city of LA and film out there. But I was thinking more of the Midwest.
If you ever need like some actors, you know what I'm saying? We're here.
You say
I've been trying to act.
If you ever need any actors, we're here. We can.
You'll be my extra?
I'm ready for a lead.
You're ready for a real role.
He's gonna be the guy with the umbrella behind you.
You want some water?
Yeah, I'll play a role right now. Right. I'm ready to audition. You want to give me an audition right now?
That'd be fun. I can't wait to start the auditioning process.
I'm coming. We coming.
Yeah.
We coming.
But I'm kind of nervous too, because I don't want to be like, you're not right for the role. I don't like the whole rejection part.
Reject people.
Oh, part's not going to be fun. I'm going to be like, you're such a great actress. Keep doing what you're doing.
No, you can do it. But that's what you're doing. Just listen, this is not for you. This role's not for you, but there might be another one for you.
Exactly.
That's
sometimes a closed door can lead to your biggest moment.
Exactly.
That's true.
Boom. Remember, the man who sleeps on the floor can't fall out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That takes a second to process.
I think I want to take my chance and see if I fall out of bed.
Oh man.
No, that's first of all, that's absolutely cool. It's amazing. I hope that everything goes good for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And this is gonna be a documentary?
No, it's going to be a one-woman play. And it's going to start off with a woman play, but it's going to be filmed in like a movie sort of a thing. So it's if you've ever seen, I think it's called The Unrequited Truth about Mike Tyson.
That's not the one on Hulu.
It might be, where it was like he was up on stage and he had this screen behind him and he was telling about his life. And it was filmed.
Yes.
Spike Lee, and like the way that Spike Lee did it. It's going to be that type of film.
Are you going to take it around the country?
I would love to do that. I think that that's something that would be a whole new adventure for me because it's something that I've never done before. But I would love the opportunity to do something like that. I think that that'd
Well,
be really cool.
you are. We're gonna
Yeah.
make sure that happens.
If
Did
you
you ever see that one man play the nigga just slapping himself? The fat guy.
What?
He was just
I think it's
slapping.
past your bedtime.
No, I'm up. Oh, you know, I gotta remember.
if you want to showcase it at our school, we love
Yes.
to have that story. I think that story needs to be told.
Mhm.
You know, I think you hear about it in spurts,
Yeah.
like little glimpse, like, but the whole story, like everything
Yes.
that led up to it, the ramifications afterwards, like
Yes.
emotions in it. Like I've never heard that story in depth. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in for this.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
when I tell you there were times I had to pause because the way that I found out about this story was through a documentary. And whenever I was watching the documentary, I had to pause it so many times because I was just so angry. I would just cry, like just get so mad that this is an experience that a person actually had.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it was, it was a terrible experience that needed to happen so that, she could come out and do so many amazing things for our people and for women's rights. And my God, I appreciate all the hardships that she went through, but that the fact that she didn't let that stop her from being
Mhm.
who that she's supposed to be and helping other people. And that was her whole mission, was to help people when people her entire life were not trying to help her. They're trying to do the
Mhm.
opposite of help her.
Mhm.
So I can't wait to tell this story because it's, like you said, it's one that needs to be told. And you know what would even be really cool is if we did this at your school, if we actually, instead of it being like me starring, we had the kids do the acting roles.
Ooh.
That would be something that would be very interesting, I think.
And we have a really, really good teacher who could set the kids up and help you with
Yes.
that.
That
sure.
would be very interesting. I would be
Our creative writing teacher, Mr. Spence, shout out to him. He's like heavily into screenwriting and has done like short films. He's an independent filmmaker as well. So I think that'll definitely be dope to help, whatever he'll be down to
Yes.
help with that for sure.
That would
Whatever
be
you need.
amazing.
So whenever
That'd be
you have
amazing.
the ready to get that up and running, just let me know. And our school is 1,000% behind you.
It's a few months. Oh my gosh, 2023 is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
it's like 30 days
I'm so
away.
excited. You don't know how, like, this is like, it's that thing that's just there always nagging at me. It's like, okay, when is it going to be released? Oh, not yet. Oh, I wanted to talk about it now. I can't. I got to hold it in. I cannot wait to start to share this with you guys. It's the one thing that I think I'm the most proud of in my entire life so far that I've done. Like, I can't believe I accomplished this. I can't believe I wrote this piece. And I'm trying not to hype it up at all, but I don't think it was just me writing. Like, I think that I was being guided by God, and I think that even the person that I was writing about, I would have dreams where the person would visit me, or I would pretend like I was this person and write in diaries, and it was a overwhelming experience where once again it felt like something else took over my body and did it for me. Like, I don't feel like I did it. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, that was me. I actually accomplished, like, I actually finished the script. But man, I can't wait to share it. I literally can't. It took me 7 months, and during this 7 months, on Thanksgiving, I didn't have a Thanksgiving. I got invited to parties. I didn't go to Thanksgiving. Christmas, I just asked for gifts for my cat because I didn't care about Christmas. I didn't care about any holidays. It was all working on this script. And I don't regret a moment of it. I didn't miss that Thanksgiving. I didn't miss that Christmas because I was doing what I truly love. And hopefully I capture this person's story in a way that people can relate to and that they'll enjoy.
Yes, that is that Mamba mentality, as people love to say, but don't truly live by. But that right there is legit the Mamba mentality, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. Even when everybody is trying to draw you away from whatever it is that you need to be locked in on, that is an exemplar of what the Mamba mentality is about. And I do think this is going to be like that championship performance that is going to give you those championship accolades. It's gonna take you to where you want to go, because that that story is definitely one that needs and should be told. It's been way too
Very
long.
important. Yeah.
Been way too long. And when I
it's
get that name,
yeah. Like I said, sign the NDA and I'll tell you.
yes, I got you. And so this, how will people be able to watch this?
Yes.
They will be able to watch it going to the actual plays wherever I have them. I do know that I do want to have some plays in New York, because I know New York is very play oriented. It's very playwright. You know, theater is huge in New York, and they say that if you're getting into acting, you want to go to New York first and learn how to be a theater actor before you go to LA to learn how to be a camera actor in front of a camera. So I want to have some of the shows in New York City because I feel like it would be appreciated there. So buying tickets, but then just kind of circulating, seeing how well it does. Then I want to have it filmed, and I do have a director and a cinematographer and editor in mind who I would love to be the ones that that would film it for me, essentially, and then hopefully we'll sell it, you know, stream it, like kind of the same way that The Unrequited Truth was streamed and sold. And that, I guess that is how I would hope to do it, was through streaming and through the actual play. Now, you know, you can sell DVDs, but I don't think that DVDs sell as well as they used to. People
gotta
aren't
be like
really
streamable.
Yeah, everything is very digital on the internet and downloading it to your computer. So I think that that's probably how I would have to go about it.
And this is like a random question, but do people make, like, you know how like artists or rappers have like vinyls of records? Do filmmakers have anything like that for their projects? Like memorabilia or something like that?
Oh, of course.
Like I would want that, like for your project, I would want that in our studio.
Like a film reel.
Yeah, like
Like
something
right
like
here.
that. Like, you know how like a
exactly.
big trailer poster or something like that about the show?
Yeah.
Like we should have something like that here.
I'm gonna have all of that. I already have like a list of everything that I want to do. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have. It's just the logo that I have is pretty cool. So I want to like do so many different things with that logo. And then, like you said, like do some poster, do some memorabilia, because, you know, it's not about me per se. It's about this. I almost said her name. It's about this civil rights activist. It's about her and her story and the fact that she didn't really get the flowers that she deserved when she was alive. And so I'm going to try to give that to her. So if I can have a memorabilia where someone looks at a poster and they're like, oh my God, yeah, I remember this person. That's my goal. If they actually like, she starts getting taught in schools, like, come on. Like what I just read from my script, we're teaching a non-fictional story writer in schools above this woman who is like so much more influential. I don't understand that. Like, I don't get it, because he wrote nonfiction and she wrote, he wrote fiction. Gosh, he wrote fiction and she wrote nonfiction and actually impacted the world. And his books are great. Like, I loved reading them in high school. But like this, we need to no. Like, I don't even have words to describe how weird this is that she's not taught. Like, that I didn't learn about her at all. How?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
That's crazy, because I taught 8th grade history one year, and we definitely made sure, if we're talking about the same person, we definitely made sure to give her her flowers, but she was not, like, it was more so because the teachers knew who she was. We have to let the kids know, but it wasn't a part of our curriculum per se.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how it is for a lot of our schools, especially that have teachers of color, in particular, Black and brown teachers. We're always the ones who, well, not always, but for the most part, we are the ones who push some of these stories. But because we're not the ones behind the policy, behind the curriculum construction, or a lot of times the leaders of the schools, we can't have these stories in our curriculums. But with this project, this will be the driving force to get this story in our curriculums.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. If you know, let's say the movie does well, whatever. It's not about me trying to get my name out there. It's literally just trying to be like, okay, this is such an important story. Please just start teaching, inspiring young women, young men that, they don't have to fit a certain mold and that their voice does matter. And if your education is key to survival, you need knowledge. You need to understand. Knowledge and imagination are just the two, besides time. I would say knowledge, imagination, and time are like the three most important currencies in life. And if you have all three of those things, you will definitely get ahead.
Can you say those three things one more time, please? You said knowledge,
imagination, and time. Time would probably be the most important currency, I would say, because you never get time back. Knowledge is powerful. My uncle, he owns 2 law firms in New Jersey, and he always drilled home to me, knowledge is power, Jessica, knowledge is power, knowledge is power. And so I remember that growing up, and I remember always thinking, okay, the more I know, the more powerful I'll be. But then another aspect, and I would say it's kind of like intellect having fun, is imagination. And imagination is crucial to the betterment of society. Because if you're not saying, okay, yes, you know a fact, right? A fact is a fact, and there's no way getting around a fact. But then what if you take this fact and you bend it in a way, let's see what happens when you do this, or let's push the boundaries of this fact. Let's push the boundaries of knowledge. That's where imagination comes into play, because you're thinking, okay, yes, that there are these limitations, but what if we try to go above the limitations, or what if we think outside of the box that we're in? And I think that if you have those combined together, you will be very successful in life if you also honor the most important currency, which is time, because like I said, you never get that back. So if you know knowledge, you're creative and imaginative with your knowledge, and you project it to the world in a way that is time efficient, you're gonna be fine. You'll be fine.
That was poetic.
Yeah.
Knowledge, imagination, and time. I'm definitely going to have those written down somewhere.
Before we get off of the whole project, when it does come to New York, please let us know. So
I will.
Buy as much tickets as we can. We could get people from our community to come out there.
Our school is going.
Yeah, we could probably
we
can make it work. We would love to support you in any type of way that we can. If there's any way that we can, please let us know. We will be 100% with you.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. The civil rights activist, she appreciates that. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course. I mean, I think that's the least we could do.
Yeah.
And if there's anything we could do to support before the release, let us know. I don't know if you have a trailer or anything that's out yet.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna when I finally have everything in play, I'm gonna be annoying with it. I'm gonna be annoying with it. So you will see all of it.
As you should be. That's like your baby. Like you gotta get that. You gotta get that. You gotta make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to witness it. I just would love to. I just can't wait now. Like you got me excited.
Yes.
I got one more question about the project. I don't know if you can answer this, but if you can, is the family involved at all in this project?
A little bit yes, at the beginning, because that is important. At the beginning, you're gonna see a lot of the family.
Okay.
More so, yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking, because there's writing this piece was so hard, because going through every single phase, because this person just did so much. And I remember just being one time crying, because I was like, how do I get this into a script? But the family is, at the beginning, there's a whole segment about the issues within the family and how that impacted I almost said it again.
Don't
how
do
it
it.
affected the person.
Yeah, we're live.
Let's
so you
get
can't
on.
make it.
Let's move on. One thing I do have to ask though. After everything comes out and the movie's out, everybody knows who it is. We would love to have a conversation about everything,
Yes.
how everything went from A to Z
Mhm.
on that. If you would love to do that with us.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to. I remember telling a person, I was like, I'm so annoying whenever it comes to this particular topic because I will talk your head off. Like, I already talk a lot to begin with, but then whenever it comes to this particular topic, I could talk all night about it because it's just, it fascinates me. Like I always say, I'm so surprised more people don't know about this person and about what this person accomplished. I'm so surprised that this isn't being taught in our curriculum. And like spending a whole week on this person. There's just so much you can glean from how this person lived their life. So I cannot wait. I will
So let's change the
talk
world.
your head off about it.
Let's change it.
Yeah,
Let's change it.
Absolutely.
What we gotta do.
This is it's gonna be groundbreaking. I want to actually be I don't know if there is a school that has it in the curriculum, but if not, I definitely want to be the first.
Yes, please.
Definitely want to be the first.
That would be
Definitely
amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Because that story is real. And I didn't know it goes deeper than that one moment. That's
Yeah.
the crazy part for me. And that's what I'm most interested in seeing is like I said before, like everything that led up to it, the ramifications of everything after, the impact that it had, and I want to know all that stuff. So
That was just the beginning, and it got so much deeper, and there was so many different layers of this person's life that affected everything. The civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, the LGBTQ movement. It's like, I can't talk anymore about it.
It's almost 11:30. Is a difference in time zone? What time is it over there?
Wait, is it a difference? I think I'm on Eastern Standard Time, correct?
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Where's Cincinnati?
Yeah, I'm in Cincinnati.
I'm not good. My geography's not good.
Cincinnati's like
It's
1 hour
okay.
back.
So what time is it over there?
Yeah.
Nah,
It's 11:24 here, so it's almost 11:30. Eastern Standard Time, yeah.
Chicago.
Because Ohio is considered the Midwest. I think it'll be
That's what I thought.
That's what you would think, right? You would think that we'd be on like Central Time.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
we're on Eastern Standard Time.
Once you get to Chicago, because Indiana was Eastern Standard Time too.
It was it?
Is it?
Yeah, I lived in Indiana for 4 years. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's interesting.
I thought that would be central too.
Literally, it's a few miles away from Chicago, and it's one time. Like, that's crazy.
When we used to travel from my school to Chicago, but once you cross that line, you go an hour back.
The I-9 is right there, and it's just like, yeah,
that's crazy. Wow. Well, it's 11:30. I do not want to keep you that much longer. I know it's really kind of late.
Yes, thank you so much for.
But
of course.
Do you have anything that you want to say, or any that we missed, or?
No, you guys I feel like you've covered everything. I really appreciate the time and the effort and the detail and being really really attentive in the questioning. I really appreciate that. And the encouragement. I'm just so grateful.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for us at all?
We'll let you interview.
How long have you guys been doing 40Central podcast?
I think this is 2 and change.
2.5.
Yeah, about 2 and change.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. What was it that like inspired you to start?
I always wanted to do it. I brought it up to his attention. He said, yeah. Other people that we would say, yeah. And then it took us a while to really sit down and really do it. Pandemic came. He wasn't working. I wasn't. Obviously, he wasn't working in school because he's a teacher. I wasn't working because I had a bad back injury. And all of a sudden, we were just like, yo, it's time. Like, we've been talking about it for so long. Why are we waiting? And then we started and haven't stopped since.
I see. Now, how has that affected your extra acting career?
So I thought we were cool. But I
It's
had
your
to take
EAC.
I had to take a back seat. I was like, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
You got so quiet. You were like,
I gotta focus on being on camera. I cannot be in the back anymore.
That's gonna be a new thing. The EAC, extra acting career.
I mean,
You should actually give like a class for that.
Yeah.
anyway.
Do you have any other Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. I think we covered all bases. I want to know if you actually know who I'm talking about, though. Not
Well,
like right now, but
So
like
this is the thing, right?
I think I know.
When we end,
I sent you
do
the
not
name.
leave.
okay.
Okay? Because
I
we
can
just
put
we
it in
can
the
just
private
you know,
chat.
No, don't you don't have to leave.
Oh, just the end the live?
Yeah,
Okay.
she still be there.
All right.
When we end, do not leave, and we'll talk. Matter of fact, since it's time to go anyway, please tell everybody where to follow you, where they can see anything you have going on, so that we can have at least them go in and tap into whatever you're doing.
Okay, yeah. Just it's basically my name on Instagram. It's literally my first and last name. Nothing interesting. Well, I guess it is a little interesting because my name is spelled weird. So that's about it. But just my first and last name, and that's where you can find me. Huh?
JESSECA Logan, LOGAN, at on Instagram. That's what I got on Instagram. It's up there. It's featured on the page. That's where you're gonna go and follow her.
That's where
I got it like a little dyslexic moment because you say ECA and I'm doing extra acting career for you.
extra career acting. I mean, I see it.
I
He's trying. Look at him. He got so quiet.
He's reaching for that one. You know what I mean? Kev, what you gotta say? Let's get out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Some days peanuts, some days shells, and today's episode full of peanuts, man.
Pause.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming on 40 Central and gracing us with your presence, your love, your warmth, your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, your open-mindedness. I definitely learned a lot from this conversation, from this interview, and I'm super excited for your project coming up. Also, you know, I hope that we can collaborate in the future and potentially maybe work on a project together. Who knows? You know, you never know. We've been looking to do a documentary for a while. And
we started it.
Yeah, we definitely started it. But we're looking for guidance on how to actually navigate that space. But you know, overall, just I want to say thank you and definitely appreciate you. And we're excited to have you here and hope to continue to work with you in the future.
Yes. I feel the same way. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Just to piggyback on that, just like I said before, whatever you need, we will be here. I know we're not that close. You Cincinnati, we New York, but listen, anything that we could do from our side, we are here with you. Usually what we tell people is like when they come over here and they artists or something like that, the studio is your studio. But you're not here, right? But whatever we can do from here, the studio is your studio, and we will make sure that we make it work.
Thank you.
Anything that you need to pursue, whatever you got to do, just please let us know, and we will definitely show love, and we will make sure that we got you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I would like to say, when you do your lives and you do your podcasts and your shows, let me know so that I can like make a story and promote it and just kind of tell people about it. Because I was so excited. I was telling everyone, yeah, the first podcast, 40 Central. I love the name, 40 Central. It's so cool. And so I'd love to continue to do that and support you as well. It's been an awesome experience and a lot of fun.
Oh, and also, if you ever are on and you're like, y'all, I just want to talk with y'all, please let us know. We'll bring you on.
Just jump on.
Yeah.
Like, I got something to say.
Yeah. You got something to say. If you home bored, you have nothing to do, you just sitting there and like, hey, oh shit, they on. I want to talk. Hit us. I'll send you the link. We good.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I was a little late because I didn't know how to do the link. I was like, oh no, because I messed it up. I was trying to do it through my phone, and then I tried to do it through the computer, but I figured it out. So that's why I was late. I was on time. I was a minute early.
We was a little bit late. I'm sorry. And for everybody else out there, please thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the 40 Central on YouTube, Patreon, 40 Central on Patreon. We have 3 tiers, $5, $10, and 20, 25?
25.
Yeah,
yes.
one of them things.
Yes.
20 or 25, you know what I mean? Please, the only thing that we do with that money is to make it better for you guys. And please, go to the store. We have new merch, store.streamelements.com/40central. Go buy a sweater, go buy a t-shirt. We have shirts, sweaters, t-shirts, blankets, cups.
Yeah, we could just show them.
We could just show them. Just show them. Show them the thing real quick before we get out of here, man.
We
This
should
is
make
what we
some
do.
ugly Christmas sweaters too.
We should do ugly Christmas sweaters with your face on it.
Beautiful.
Oh, you had that coming. All the jokes, all the extra jokes.
That's not a beautiful Christmas sweater.
Beautiful Christmas sweater.
Oh wait, I gotta put in the other bro.
It's Cincinnati. Cincinnati's cold, right?
Yeah.
Freezing up there.
It's freezing.
It is. It's like 35 degrees.
That's the Midwest.
It's not my thing.
I don't know. I'm not good with geography.
Do y'all have ice storms out there?
No. Surprisingly enough, we don't. Where I lived in a place called Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we had ice storms. Now that was wild because I had never experienced that in my life. Because in Cincinnati, we don't. We have like a little bit of snow every now and then, and sometimes a lot of bit of snow, but not ice storms. Do you have them in New York?
No, we had them in Indiana.
Oh my God.
What's an ice storm? Just like mad ice? We had hail.
No, ice storm is like you literally go outside and it's like you're in an ice skate.
It's wild. Like the trees are frozen and the branches are like hanging down. It's dangerous and it's everything's frozen. Like the street.
More like in Wisconsin.
That shit might be dangerous, but it looks really beautiful. I bet.
Yeah. No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Anything beautiful could kill you.
Exactly.
Looks could kill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me show you.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you to put the store up.
She was in the middle of her sentence. I didn't want to cut her off. All right.
Oh no, just cut me off.
This is our store. So we have
look at that little
hats with the new logos on it. Hats, hoodies. We got sweatpants, crew necks. We got the Believe shirt right here.
Oh, that's cool. Believe. I like that.
Definitely got to believe in the vision. We got phone cases, hoodies. Nice. We got a blanket.
First of all, that blanket is actually really, really warm.
Yep. Mug, sticker, mouse pad, and a shot o'clock hoodie. So we got a lot of things to help you stay warm during these really cold times. So definitely make sure to cop up. The link is in the chat. store.streamelements.com/40central.
Hey, that's amazing. I love the merch. I was looking at the sweats like, oh, I want the white sweats.
I was looking at them just now too. Like, I want them too. You locked that off. Like,
oh, snap, my bad. I got you. No, I got it.
You said she's out.
My bad.
You said, okay, bye.
Do not leave. We'd like to talk to you a little bit more. Everybody out there, we love y'all. We out of here. We'll see y'all next week, Monday. Bye.
Peace.